go. All
Here we
right, let me
are.
see. We'll let a few people. Now I turn on chat, and I'm sure Fred died. Just got a text. He what? Who died? What? No, he didn't die. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God.
I got a little. That's not the kind of. Why? All right, I don't know what's going on. Oh, he didn't really die. All right, let's start it a little happier. Is my face on this? We got all right. Paul Provenza's okay. This is an experiment. I don't know if Super Chat is on. Madylin, this is a thing. So we'll let the people linger in. Now, Madylin, I am so happy to see you because I have more questions, but just to refresh. About 10 years ago, I tried doing stand up again at the improv, and you were in the audience and you said, "Remember me."
Yeah.
Yes. And I think we only had on my little few Raymond spots. Of course, this is Madylin. Oh, now there's a new and Michelle Sweeten, um, who, of course, was Allie on Everybody Loves Raymond. Do you remember our one interaction?
Do I remember our one interaction?
On I only interacted with one of the
Oh, the kid.
kids one time.
I was so little. Sometimes don't even remember, interacting with myself or my brothers.
I don't mean off stage. I meant
Yeah,
the
in
scene.
in the
We had
episodes we
we
don't.
had one bit where the first time I was cousin Gerard.
Oh,
Yes,
yes, I do remember. Yeah, you were like, "Oh, I got your nose," and I think I
there was
turned
like a pause, and you went, "Could I leave?"
around and I leave. Yeah, which
Which
is fair. Yeah.
yes, and I guess you guys were always whisked off to school, so you didn't really like sit and have lunch and know people, the guest stars that way. Obviously, you knew the regular cast.
Yeah, I think they were fairly protective of us, if I remember correctly. Uh, it's so funny, Fred, because I did your podcast.
Yes, that was
Um,
before Zoom, and thank you. That was yes. What do you remember about that?
well, I just remember that it was myself and there was another young child actress on it, Ellen Lotson, I believe. I kept in
And you
contact with
kind of
her.
stayed in touch a little bit on social media, which is nice.
We did, yeah. And I just remember that at that time I was filled with some, I had some big feelings about being a child star back then. And I think it's so interesting because I think about that podcast a lot and how I think both Ellen and I were getting each other riled up about like how difficult it is to be a child star. And it's so funny coming and talking with you again, just coming from a totally different angle on it. I just feel so differently now being a mom and like also being grown up and more self-possessed. I just feel so differently about
Well,
being a child.
well, that happens. Like I wrote a book, I'll reach for it, called
Plug your
"Maybe
book.
We'll Have You Back," about that. I never was a regular, and I talked a lot about Raymond because
Mhm.
even though they were all so nice, you feel like and they make you try to make you feel at home, but I mean, I have a lot of questions. Well, I'm going all over the place. One of them, the funniest person I think was Brad Garrett, because Ray is funny, but off stage he was the executive producer to start. He was kind of nervous, like looking over lines. Who told you to
Mhm.
do that? Not meanly, but
Yeah,
And
you have to
Brad was
lean
more
back.
like a Don Rickles kind of, and all he would do is complain. Raymond makes so much money when he was making, whatever, a few 100,000 an episode, and I'm getting maybe five. And he's going, "Hey, Ray, hey, would you fall off your wallet? Hey, Ray,"
Yeah.
and they'd all like you get to a table read. And they were all, "We just won another Emmy. We're gonna buy a new house." They're all applauding, and you feel okay. But
Yeah.
but my book was not bitter, but it was more a lot of, hey, I've never been a regular. I never hit the home run. And it was a lot of that sentiment. But now as I'm older, I have a different attitude about that
Yeah.
because it's sort of like, hey, all right, not everyone could have what you guys had, and we'll go into the reunion which they just had. Not everyone could have the 9 years and whatever and all the fun. But hey, I've had a lot of adventures, and I appreciate considering I was a severely depressed, shy kid who didn't know what I was going to do with my life. So, well, what I'm trying to say is, I understand changing a perspective. I was again not bitter, but like, hey, I'm always the guy on eggshells, the guest. You can't fill up a
Mhm.
line. You want to
Yeah.
be asked back. Now I go, hey, but it's, yes, I never bought the big house, all that stuff, but hey, I haven't had what Brad and Ray, but my perspective is different now about that stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I think things change and shift. Yeah. It's so funny you say that, Fred, because I was telling my coworker, because I'm at work, I'm in the office at my day job right now. I sell custom sofas and sectionals in Beverly
Oh,
Hills.
well, maybe, yeah, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. My cat has a few more accidents. I'll be
Oh
showing
yeah,
her.
yeah. Then you come to me for a sofa. I'll
Yes,
hook you up.
yes, yes.
But I'm in the office at work, and I was telling my coworker, like, "Oh, is it okay? I'm going to use the office for this stream." And she was like, "Oh, who's Fred Stoller?" And I was like, "You know him. I was like, you know him. I swear." And she was like, "I don't think so." And we pulled up your photo, and she was like, "Oh, I know Fred. Yeah." And she was like, "Everybody. Well, I mean, who wouldn't know this?
I don't
Everybody knows
know.
who you are." And I was wondering what that must feel like to be you have one of those incredibly recognizable faces. So many people, I'm sure when you're out, are like, "Hey."
Not so much these days. It's been how many years has it been since Raymond went off? Which
30.
almost 30? Oh my God.
Oh, no,
Well,
since it went off, it's been 20.
yeah, well, it was a lot more back then, but again, I have to say I regret my negative attitude about a few other things because people would recognize me. Hey, and I would turn it into a negative. If I'm so recognizable, how come I never had what da 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 had, or what's his name?
Yeah.
I can't think of names. Harlan Williams, a lot of parts in movies, or da da da. Brian Posehn, whatever. I'm just saying things. So I was more. Um, Someone just said, "Did Fred bribe Madylin to come on the show with the promise of a sofa?" Where do we see the super chat things? I'm not seeing them here. But anyway, I would be negative, going, yeah, I'm funny, and people say they like me, but why? Because even though I was on big shows, oh, Jeff, you're too kind. Now I saw a super chat. We just started that. Um,
Oh, cool.
I still never felt I wasn't. I don't mean struggling to pay my rent, but yeah, I'm here on this show, but I got to come back, or what's next, or pilot. Why aren't I up for pilots?
Mm.
And it's kind of a relief getting older, I always say, because when I was younger, I was more in the game of, oh, how do I meet a woman, or auditions. But now it's a relief that when I was in more in the game, I had more opportunities, but more anxiety and depression. Like, why is nothing happening?
Mm.
Oh, he's this, that. So it's kind of a relief getting older, and you go, oh, this is what it's supposed to be, and I could reflect. But
Yeah.
so, like I said, I was more like, I always felt I still had to get a job or elevate things, or because I had the illusion, because I'd see you guys on Raymond and other shows, you do a week and here's scripts of the next one, all right, see you tomorrow, and it's like, where do I go now? And I'm at Warner Brothers walking, I'm so far to the car, and you guys are all hugging, and so it was nice, but my negativity, the way I was brought
Mm.
up and stuff, made me feel, what am I doing wrong, or why didn't it happen? And again, perspective now, I just, like, I forget that I grew up in Brooklyn, and not the artsy gentrified one, the kind of racist, small-minded, welcome back Carter Brooklyn. So the fact I showed up on any set, but I'm saying, you get my that's my
Yeah.
long-winded answer. And you just see, like, So there was just a Raymond clip show. How do you describe, and when is it going to be on?
Yeah. The reunion special. We're gonna see it on, I think, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm in LA, so it'll be 6 p.m. for us. And I think it's on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Which
Is
I
it just
have
off the
because
top of my dome?
my friend got
You-
me into Survivor, so I watch. I'm on Paramount Plus a lot,
Oh, so
and
you're not gonna be able to watch it. You're gonna be watching Survivor. That's
no,
right.
no, that's
It's on
all.
at the same time, and
But
so
even that, I felt like all the guys, the producers, hey, and I'm there in this big lunch. I don't know what some sound stage, and watching the clips, and it was great stories. Now, that was my episode where I say now, just like Raymond, and he doesn't like what he sees in himself in me. But it was very fascinating just hearing the stories, how everyone was cast.
yeah.
And so can you refresh me because I was there, but the people, I don't know how, the people here, we don't have a lot, but they're very loyal. And so basically, you were a child actress. Tell me how your parents got you into this.
Yeah. So I did when I was very young, maybe 3 years old. I started doing pageants. We lived in Texas, in a little teeny tiny small town, and my mom put me in pageants, and I won every pageant I entered because I would actually talk to the judges.
Oh, you're smart.
Yeah,
That's
I
what.
was like one of the only kids. I wasn't shy. All the other kids, they might be cute, but they were shy, and I was not shy. I would try and go home with people. And then my mom tells this famous story of me when I was little, and some lady at the mall asked me like, "Oh, what's your name?" And I said, "Little Miss Brown County." You know, so I was very talkative and chatty. And somebody said, you need to get her into television. And so we got an agent out there in Texas. And the first thing I did was a made for TV movie with Delta Burke, and I played a young Delta Burke. Yeah, it was a very, very sad film called A Promise to Caroline. So that was the first thing that I ever did, and I was actually in Alexa Vega, who went on to be a child star as well. We were in it together, and then
Wait, this was shot in Texas and cast in Texas.
shot in Texas, to cast in Texas, exactly. And then somebody said, "Well, you got to take her out for pilot season," and so we went out for pilot season. And this was back in the day when you could go out for pilots. You'd go out for 20 pilots in
Yeah,
one weekend. I mean, it was crazy.
I remember that. I remember the stress of it, where it's like, oh, not another one, even though
No,
that's what you're supposed to
like,
be going up for. Like, I just got over this one. I mean, as a child, so you don't know what show business is, meaning was it stressful where you go, or it was just like fun and playing? Do you
no, it
understand?
was just fun. I got to ride in the back of the car, and mom had me, using the Thomas, guide to try and figure out where we were going, and it was fun. I remember it being very, very fun, and I think I booked two pilots, and we had to choose, and we chose Raymond, thankfully.
Wow. I mean, there are people that have chosen the wrong one and they really, you don't know. Yes, my God.
Well, I have really, really good beginner's luck. My husband will tell you. I could anytime we try something new, I always I'm right at the beginning. I always have really good luck. So we were really lucky. We picked the right show.
Yeah, you did. And so let me ask you, well, I grew up, 60s, 70s and loved character actors. So obviously, when did you start to learn like the legacy of Peter Boyle's career of like, well, he was in a movie called Joe,
Mhm.
Taxi Driver. Obviously, as a girl, you couldn't see those, or Young
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Young
when were you
Frankenstein,
when
While You Were Sleeping, those were the formative ones for me for him, and definitely, after the show was finished. It was not
you
something
just caught up on Peter Boyle movies?
I did, yeah. More as an adult, really, not as much as a kid. I don't think. I mean, he used to walk around backstage and do Frankenstein for us, but I just
I
thought,
didn't know
oh,
that.
Grandpa Peter's just being funny.
Oh my God.
I
Now
didn't.
Cody is a great guy. He loves a lot of old stuff because grew up with his parents watching, Dick Van Dyke and Mayberry. But you gotta check out Young Frankenstein, a Mel Brooks movie.
He's,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I was very proud that I told him there's an action figure of you, really? And then his daughter was so excited to get it. And I mean,
that's
another guy that I was in awe of because my favorite movie is a straight was Dog Day Afternoon with Charles Durning.
mm.
Do you remember who Charles Durning was?
I don't. I might know his
He was
face.
only in like two of them, but he played the priest that was marrying. Like they had like a reenactment of so do you ever watch a TV show or some old movie and go, "Oh, that guy was on Raymond," or like did that ever happen?
I mean, yeah, sometimes I definitely think like, especially like Ray's guy friends. There, I used to do it a lot with Amy Aquino. Anytime I see her in something,
Oh, yes.
um, yeah, and you and because I got really into Friends again for a little while, and I was rewatching that a lot, and a lot of the same people kind of were doing those shows. So I've seen you in that, and yeah, I mean, definitely every once in a while. I feel I was so young, so some of this I feel bad because, we did the reunion and so many people were coming up to me and being like, "Hi, hi, so good to see you." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know. I knew your face, but I just don't know how I mean, like even people that I have very vivid memories of, I'm like, I know who you are, but I don't know what you did. Like you know what I mean? I know you.
Yeah.
I'm saying in general, like people.
Well, is it because you got into is it stand up or sketches? So you kind of got familiar with a lot of comedic people.
I did. I was doing sketch comedy for a long time at Second City in LA. Uh, that was really fun and had a really it, it brought me back to sort of loving that live audience thing that we had in
Yes.
Raymond.
So
Yeah.
did did you have any like big episodes that were your favorites to be in? Like
Yeah. I mean, I think one of my favorites was him explaining uh
sex?
sex. That
Yes.
was really funny. And I remember not almost not being able to get through that episode. Like I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if like there are bloopers of me laughing and not being able to like breaking in that scene. And I think to myself, like, I didn't know what the joke of that was. So what was I laughing at?
Yeah, just the tone of it,
Yeah.
you
Just
know it's
everybody else
funny.
laughing or something. It would just make me laugh. Yeah.
My God. And so who have you not seen in a while that you saw at the reunion?
I mean, I hadn't really seen much of anybody. I mean, we saw pretty much everybody at Sawyer's funeral.
Right.
And then, other than that, I had seen Brad. My husband and I went to see Brad at his stand-up show in Vegas. I think maybe a couple years after Sawyer passed away. So it had been a good. I mean, it had been a good 10 years since I had really seen any of the cast. Certainly, and also a good amount of the crew came to his funeral as well.
Well,
So
let me
I did see some of them.
just go to Sawyer before we talk about, I'm glad you're talking about it because I've struggled and I've struggled with anxiety and depression. And I mean, I'm lucky lately, but years ago, there wasn't as much awareness of, got to take care of my mental health and all that stuff and things accessible online about things, we deal with, like mindfulness or, the stigma. So, yeah, I know you're trying to get the, word out. And let me ask you, all right. So first of all, one thing, I was watching the clip show. So tell how you got your brothers involved. They weren't even pursuing this.
No, they weren't. They weren't acting, but
Well, they were probably one. Like,
yeah, they were like, I think they were like 18 months when yeah, something
wow.
like that, when we filmed the pilot or filmed the first episode they were in. Yeah, the pilot, we actually had a set of triplets that were originally playing the boys, and I think one of them was a girl of the triplets, and they were fraternal, and they had some health issues, if I remember. I don't know, but either way, they I think realized that it wasn't a long-term solution, um the having these triplets be the twins on the show. And I had twin brothers, so, and they had come with me to the pilot when we filmed the pilot, and then everybody was like, oh, she has twin brothers, why don't we just consolidate this and get only one set of crazy set parents,
Right.
you know?
Just one, which by the way, I reunited at the reunion with Bad at Names, but their teacher I had worked with on other stuff, redheaded lady, very nice.
Moira, yeah.
Moira, so you had her your whole teaching life?
No, actually, funny enough, my mom was really adamant that we stay in public school and that we have friends and we're around kids our own age. So during the filming, we would do, us kids, we would be working for 3 weeks, and then we would have a week off. And that's how we filmed. So that's how they set up the schedule for us anyway. I don't know if it was that way for the adults. Um, and so during that 1 week when we were not filming, we would go back to public school, and we would take all our work with us when we left for the other 3 weeks, and then we'd come back. It was, I'm glad that she did it that way, because I had friends and I learned how to
Actually,
do.
Cody here was homeschool, right, Cody?
Oh,
That's
Cody,
right.
I'm sorry.
Your parents, so you never were in like high school or junior
I
high?
actually had a few years in
But
public
Cody
school,
caused
so
trouble.
I did have the Leave It to Beaver experience of, like, you had the one, every character was kind of like that kind of, like, almost sitcom, like,
What do you
the one
mean?
bully, and then
Oh,
the girls, and then the friends that you hung out
the
with.
Mean Girls?
Yeah, no, no, it was, yeah. I had that experience, so I did have a lot of friends in the small town I was at.
Oh,
So,
good.
so that
Good.
was, and then when we switched over to homeschool, it was more kind of art centric, kind of. So that was
Right.
helpful.
He's doing a little story about when I had Thanksgiving with the Fred Willards, and I was like felt like I didn't deserve to be there. I didn't have much sentiments about holidays, and it's kind of a fun animated story, which leads actually. Oh, this is a good sequitur.
Okay.
Now, this
Mhm.
is in the tone of like Crumb and Harvey Picar, which I remember when I saw what's it called? Not America. It's scary where I can't think of titles. This is scary, Madylin. You're too young.
Oh, American
Um,
Splendor.
American Splendor. I go, that looks like Allie. And I love that movie. How did that come about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was just, I booked it and we happened to not be filming, so I was able to go do it. It was really cool. I remember it was a little funny thing. They asked me to learn how to ice skate for the movie.
I remember. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because there's an ice skating scene. But then I took lessons for months, and I learned how to do spins and jumps and all kinds of stuff. And I didn't read scripts or anything like that. Somebody handed me the thing and told me how to memorize it. And so I didn't know what the ice skating scene was. Well, it turns out it was just they wanted me to not know how to ice skate.
After spending all that money on lessons.
So yeah, I took all those lessons and I learned, and then but now I have a skill. No, it was that was a really fun one, and I actually got to hang out with my mom, and I hung out with
Paul Giamatti.
Picar's family like the whole time.
Oh, Harvey Picar's.
Oh
Mhm.
wow, that's cool.
Wow. What
So-
was that like?
Oh, that was so fun. I mean, they're so crazy, funny, like hippy dippy people, and they're so cool. And his daughter was really sweet because, so I just hung out with her, like, I mean, almost the whole time we were there. I wasn't in a ton of the film. I was in a good amount of it,
Right.
but we were on location, I believe in Toronto or in Canada somewhere. And so we were there like through the whole shooting, even though I was only in parts of it. So we hung out a lot with them. It was a really cool experience. Yeah.
Wow. And were there any favorite people like that made you laugh the most on the set?
Oh, I think Peter. Peter
Yeah.
made us laugh. He also paid the most attention to us. Like, I not that anybody didn't. It's just that, he was like the most caring, and like he wanted to spend time with us. He would just show up
Oh,
and go on
he was,
walks with us, and yeah, he was really
nothing like Frank. I remember I was doing volunteer work with something called the Amanda Foundation, where they rescue dogs and cats from the shelter, and they have these little events where there's I wanted everyone on Raymond to sign the script and watching it off, and Raymond's all suspicious. Is this for eBay? I can't do a Raymond impression, and I go, no, it's for charity. Then Peter goes, for the kitties. Oh yeah, this is good. It's going to help kitties. And he was such a tough guy, but he was such a sweetheart,
so sweet. So sweet.
Yes, yes. And he also one time like Phil before a table read made this speech. We won the Emmys and with a top and this, and then Peter goes, I had Julio, whatever, my attendant, whatever, the gardener, come in and saw the Raymond. He goes, what's that? Julio doesn't know what this is. So he had no had no pretense, Peter Boyle.
No.
And
That's why I really love watching While You Were Sleeping. I think that's the closest to Peter.
I haven't seen that, but I want to see that. Well, in this movie, Joe, he plays such a racist hard hat who wants to kill hippies, and it starts off right away. He's using the N word, and they
No.
gotta go, and you
I don't think I could handle that.
no, yeah, you're
Not
saying
from Grandpa.
not from Grandpa. So he was like a real grandpa.
Yeah, definitely.
And
He felt really very much like family. I mean, everybody did, I think, in different ways, maybe not specifically in the roles that they were playing, but I look back, I think a lot about Patricia. So much of who I am, like we're on live right now, so I've gotten it all buttoned up, but I'm a pretty bold lady, if I do say myself. And I got a lot of that from Patricia. I mean, she was incredibly bold. I remember she would just randomly, she'd like burp or something on set, and she'd think it was hilarious, and she'd make us laugh with that. And I took a lot of that into like who I turned into, I think is a
oh yeah, she was ballsy. Yes,
Halsey, yeah.
she told an interesting story that when they were auditioning actresses, she was the only one who kissed Raymond in an audition.
Yeah.
Like she's someone saying Peter Boyle also played an X-Files episode, Monster Ball. I forgot. Was he like a racist in Monster Ball?
Oh yeah.
He looks like such a mean racist guy, but
He's
he
not.
was a hippie. He was
Mhm.
someone had asked in a super chat, does Madylin get sweet residuals? Oh, that's a good pun. You probably get asked that. I was going to ask what's the question they ask most. I was going to ask, do people recognize you as Little Allie? But they must ask about the residuals. How much you make, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And I definitely it is very helpful, but it's not enough, I think, to be in LA. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like LA is so expensive. It does help though. I'm incredibly lucky. But I'm not like I saw online somewhere somebody had like a net worth for me or something. It said like $4 million. I was like, where? Who's?
Oh, when you look up your own celebrity net worth, it's never, when people look it up, go, come on, you're paying what? I
Right,
saw
exactly.
celebrity net worth, or I'm the old guy. Actually, the great thing about Fred, your camera, please. We can barely see your face. I thought I fixed it. Can you see my face?
Yeah.
Actually, no
Yes.
one
I'm
noticed
just
today.
showing the
I
super chats.
shaved. I shaved, but I
You're
didn't.
good.
I want someone to see if it's just a mustache. I never did that before.
I
I
like it. It's fun.
um, but in my day and age, and this was what must have been great about Raymond is before the days of streaming and stuff. If you did a network show like Raymond, Drew Carey, Friends, they sometimes would rerun it 3 times in prime time.
Mm.
Now there's not even a real old summer season anymore. Like you could do a thing. I saw you on Grey's Anatomy. They could probably put that on Hulu or a Peacock, and it's not the same. So I remember I once did a guest. There was one where me, John Manfilati, Giovanni, and I think Andy Kindler. We did we got written out, but there was one where I was there for the week, and that was a week when Doris and Peter and Brad was striking for more money. So he said the week is canceled. So I got my 5,000, and then I got paid for another week because then they got them back, but
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
got cut. Yes.
Yeah, I just had that on a now it's interesting the pay structure now because I do a lot more of what you used to do now, Fred. I do a lot of the guest spots and the guest stars and things like that. And yeah, the minimums are really interesting. But I just had one that I filmed this past week actually that
And what
I can't
could you
quite
say?
talk
Could
about.
you say what it was for?
No, but I'm
Okay.
very excited. I play a prostitute.
Oh, that's fun.
Goodbye, baby Allie.
Yes.
It was super fun, but like because my days were so far apart, I actually got paid for 2 weeks, and so I got paid
Yes.
double the minimum, which was still like it was like $2,500. I'm like, that's crazy. It's so little. Like they don't.
No, no, no. Again, I'm lucky because being the guest star guy in the 90s, early 2000s, you could make an okay living. Not enough to put a kid through college or have a house, but now there was a sad story. Some actor who was a semi-regular on some streaming show, and he had to work part-time as a bartender, and he got murdered like approaching his car.
Oh my
I
goodness.
forgot this actor, but now there's actors that could be semi-regulars on a streaming show and can't still pay the rent and
It's
have
true.
to have other jobs
Yeah.
because it's just again network. The old days they didn't have Hulu. Now I did Modern Family. It was the last guest spot I did many years ago. But yeah, Modern Family. That's one of the big ones. I'll be getting residuals and it's not syndicated the way Raymond or Seinfeld is
Mhm.
syndicated. It's on some other weird, like, I don't know, country western stations or VH1. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's totally different. I get so nervous about that. I'm like, God, I hope they keep this show on the air. I hope that they don't take it off TV land. I hope they don't, God, my husband and I talk about it all the time. We're
I
like,
mean, Raymond.
Raymond, yeah.
I think it'll go for a really long time because
I think they put it on Me TV now. That's a new. So hey,
yeah,
that's
no,
a new
those
thing. That's I started seeing commercials like, hey, Raymond's on now.
Yeah,
yeah.
I hope so. I fear that
Donald
it will
Trump.
just end up on streaming channels, which like they didn't really we didn't have that. So I don't think that that's kind of stuff was baked into the agreement.
It's just such comfort TV. I mean, I moved to a new neighborhood. I got out of LA and someone recognized me from Raymond, and it's such comfort because it's not like today everything's so edgy. Hey, just explicit sexual comedies, one camera and they're a
Also,
pedophile. I don't know. Now Scarlett said, Fred, do you get residuals from your guest spots? Well, it's so hard to explain how it works. It goes down and down, but sometimes they rebuy it for I have no clue. But when they come in, I remember so many years ago, like, all right, there's an episode of Raymond where I'm just in the background because Amy got married. And I go, all right, there should be some residuals, So yeah, it's I think Raymond, Friends, Seinfeld, they're gonna still be on
yeah,
something.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And also, I've seen it on my Instagram. I see so many young people actually are finding the show. which is what's crazy. Like,
Oh,
I get messages all the time that are like, I watch your show every night when I, go to
I
bed.
have another friend, it's in every night she has to watch it for the comfort.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so interesting to me because, I didn't ever watch it as a kid. Like, I didn't. I've watched it as an adult now and I found it hilarious. But like some people I know are like, I watched it with my parents, like growing up. I mean, I just, I, I guess I just don't see it as a show that a kid could relate to, and so it always
That's
is
a good
really interesting
point.
to me.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, it's almost in a way. Robin is like Kramer. He'll do the with the black guys the crazy dance, or
That's
he'll
true.
he'll be a little slapsticky. So he's
It's what
fun.
Lisa.
You said they probably like that.
Oh, I love the one where Amy gets up on the couch to slap him in the face.
Yes,
That's so funny.
I was there. They choreographed some dance for Amy and Robin, where it was really good. You remember that dance they
Yeah,
did?
when they got married. Yes, I do.
Yes,
Yeah, that was
yes.
so fun.
I
And they
mean,
were
to
like
me, I loved well, Fred Willard. Have you become aware of his genius as you've gotten older? Like in
Yes.
Best in Show and so many
Oh my
things.
gosh, so good. So good. That was one of my favorites. Yeah.
And Georgia Engel, I knew from Mary Tyler Moore,
Mhm.
and there were other people like the old guys, like Phil Leeds,
Mm,
and someone asked Darren, there are some roles where being a method actor just doesn't work.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah. I yeah, Jeff said EL will go live on the cushion as long as there's a planet Earth. Yeah, it's one of those things where I mean, as long as the generation is alive that knew it when it was on.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's it's so good. And someone asked, are you interested in directing at some point?
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I do. I direct. Right now, I direct just mostly theater. Um, Actually, since television acting is far and few between. There's just a lot less. Even though there's way more content, there's also way more people. So there's a lot more.
Yes.
People vying for the same roles. So because of the spread out nature of the material now, I do a ton of theater and I direct a lot of theater. Um, to decent amount of success, I should say. I mean, people seem to enjoy it, and
Well,
I
you did
like it. I've been telling stories since I was like 4 years old, so I think it's just kind of a natural progression for me
Well,
being a
you did grow up. Raymond was like theater. I
yeah,
mean, they
exactly.
rehearsed all week. And then the studio audience, it was like a play because it was like really much longer scenes. Seinfeld, ooh, Kramer, brrr, and the music, and then Elaine on a date. Why didn't you show up? Then quickie to a thing. But you had like long kind of scenes.
Yeah, and
That
I
was
think that's why I gravitated towards theater because it gives you that rush of like having the immediate reaction of the people that are in the room with you watching your work. You know how they feel about what you're doing based on like the sounds
well.
that you hear or the energy that's
Well,
being.
it's interesting you say that. As a young child, did you feel the rush of the live interaction?
Oh my
You,
god, yeah. I
and you
mean,
go,
like
I
I said,
like
I'm just
this.
not a shy kid. So there was, and I think for many actors, there has to be an element of, my husband says this all the time, there has to be an element of like narcissism slightly, right? In acting, because you just want to be seen. You're like, I want somebody to think I'm cool, or I want somebody to like enjoy what I'm doing or feel something by what I'm doing. And that definitely I felt that as a little kid. I
And as a
felt,
little kid, you had no concept of how fortunate you are and how hard it is to get a gig like that. You
oh
just
my gosh,
said,
yeah.
this is my life. This is what it is."
I would do horrible things to be on a show. Right? I know that's not true.
But,
but but yes. I don't think I understood like how many people would do horrible things to be on a show
oh
like I was.
God. Now, Jeff asked, now I have a funny story about Susie Kurtz. Do you remember working with Delta Burke? What she mentioned, I didn't know, was Susie Kurtz in this thing?
I believe she was. She might have played the other sister. It was a very, very sad film about these three sisters who when they were little kids, the mom like threw one of the little girls up against a wall and then she died. And so it keeps cutting back and forth between them now, like the two sisters remembering it from when they
I'm
were
gonna check this
girls.
out.
It's very sad. It's a very, very sad film.
I was yeah, had a sort of crush on Susie Kurtz. I just like and so then I was at a what was the show called? Suddenly Susan Christmas Party, and I guess she was in it, and she said to me, I liked you on Friends. I went, oh, thanks. I start talking. She goes, that's all I wanted to say. I didn't want to engage in conversation. Let's go away. And
I mean, you know what? She's super real for that. That's very
yes, it's like well, yeah, there's a lot of humiliating things at parties where I just had it where Mark Maron had this party celebrating, he's leaving. And so then I talked to someone, they went, I gotta go over there. It's like, I don't want to talk to you. I got to talk to that person. But they say it in a way like, I have this to do. Then you see them walk 5 feet away from you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't
Okay, I'm gonna go get some punch.
yes, I don't miss any of that. I am so happy you grew up to be such a mom and well adjusted and great and a lot of it comes from Patty. It was so interesting. I see it.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, I see it too. It was really interesting seeing her at the at the reunion, and I don't know if they'll keep it in, but when I saw her, I just almost started crying because it's so true. So much of who she is. Yeah, I took on, and and my own mom too. But I see it as I'm getting older, like more and more of her in myself.
And yeah, and you're funny. You had a thing like TMZ, but TMI, I remember, and I would watch those.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh, good.
yeah,
That's so
yeah.
cool.
No, I mean, you grew up with Chris Elliott, on the set. He
Mhm.
was the nicest. I loved hanging out with Chris Elliott, and I didn't get. And now Paul Rubens. Were you aware of who Pee Wee Herman was?
I don't think I ever put the connection together when he did episodes. Yeah, I don't think I ever put the connection together, but I know him now, obviously.
Yeah, he was and at Studio 5, which I had on the other day, my friend Christine, who was on a show called Head of the Class, and that was Studio 5. And so does it feel weird when you drive down
Yeah,
Warner Brothers? That was my old place.
yeah.
Like,
It
yeah.
feels super weird. Actually, and then I have a picture of me and Ryan Reynolds and Nathan Fillion because they filmed across from us in studio. We were in Studio 5. They filmed in Studio 6 for Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place when that was on. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that was Ryan Reynolds started, yes, on that
Mhm.
show. Actually, Christine Hadge, she would tell stories about. Well, we were talking about. I used to love going to the commissary at Warner Brothers, seeing people
Mhm.
from other shows. Did you
Yeah.
ever bump into people from other shows on the lot, or?
I'm sure I did. I was so oblivious to who's
Yes.
famous.
Well,
That's
I was
kind
talking
of sucks.
about
I missed out on all the like fangirling parts of it because I was so
you're just a
young.
girl, but I was talking the other day. Not a regret, but I really got into Hollywood history. I like and when I did all the studio stuff, I didn't really take into account the history of the stages I've been on. A few years ago, I did a Nickelodeon and a Disney like teen show, and then now I was able to look up. Oh, they did, Sunset Boulevard here. They did The Odd Couple. So yeah, when you're young, you don't really think about
No.
history and
Yeah. It's been really interesting doing this reunion and everything again too. And then I had some right around the same time the reunion had I booked a couple of things and like I've had stuff going on and it's like it's interesting. It makes me feel 14 again. There's like a certain amount of
yes.
14-year-old insecurity that like has been popping up as a result of all these things going on. It's interesting. Though like during the reunion I remember afterwards I was like, did I do okay? Did somebody
Oh
tell
my God, that's still in everyone. Yes. Did I do okay? Yeah, you were good. Yes, yes. You could see me on it or you can't. At the end, they have about 90 people walk on the stage, people who are recurring people, casting, all the writers, producers, you
Yeah.
know, and I mean, I like I said, sometimes they go, "Oh, I never made it big, like Brad Garrett never did this." But then when I think of when I was a kid watching Mary Tyler Moore or, Bob Newhart in my place in Brooklyn as a kid, I would have gone crazy as a teen recognizing a guy like Gerard that was only in a
Mm,
few episodes, but he was memorable. So I do appreciate, again, the book was a little bit more like the angle was, oh, I'm the guy, always the bridesmaid, never the bride kind of
mm,
frustration. But now I say, as a kid, growing up, sitcoms was so special to me. And just to be a guy that was a guy in a sitcom, a memorable part, I took it for granted. Now I go, well, all right, if all I ever did was Gerard and a little part in Dumb and Dumber that they remember me for, that's better than a lot of things. Now I'm making it about me, but we
no, no,
rationalize, yes.
yeah, that's what we're having a conversation. That's what
Well,
we're
no,
doing.
it does happen, Madylin. I don't know if you go through it where I could go either way. I could go, oh, well, what am I doing? Da, 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 da. Go, whoa, man, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Do you ever go back and forth where you go, this didn't happen, da, 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 and go, wait a minute, what the hell?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
do. I feel that way a lot internally, but I try and I've been taking this stance recently of words are spells, and what we say is what comes back to us, and so
Yes.
I just don't give voice to it. And then the other thing is I've been practicing something called pronoia, which you might like.
What's that? Tell me. Send me the link later.
I'm gonna send
I'm
you.
not. I'm doing something mindful, self-compassion,
Oh,
mindfulness, and
that's
and
good.
one guy, Jack Cornfield. One thing he said in his when you have anxiety, you go, "Thanks, anxiety, but I'm good."
I'm good.
Meaning, not I have anxiety. It's like a little baby, like your
Yeah,
baby
it's there
crying.
to
It's like
protect
I
you.
understand you're hurting, but I
Yes.
hear you. But rather than wrestling with it, yeah.
No,
So
it's there to
now,
protect you. Accept it. Acceptance, absolutely. Radical
exa-
acceptance, always.
radical, that's what mindful self-compassion is.
Yeah.
Accepting it doesn't mean like, oh, this is all I have, but like, well, there's another now I'm being the new agey guy,
No,
like, but
that's
no, what expression is pain plus resistance equals suffering.
mhm.
Meaning when things happen, it's not good, but when you resist, oh, why this me? Oh, this again, it,
Yeah,
it makes it a thousandfold.
it's true.
So yes, I like when there's a part, hey, you never really made it. That guy go, it's okay. It's just a baby crying out that needs a pat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fear. It's fear.
here,
I mean,
yeah.
I suggest pronoia. It's great. It's just it's the antithesis to paranoia, which my brain really likes paranoia. So now I'm reusing it to do pronoia, which is everything is aligning perfectly to make my life exactly the way it's meant to be. Everything's lining up for me. Everything is exactly the way it's meant to be, as
And you are
opposed
still
yeah.
a baby. You are still a baby, and when your baby gets a little older, she'll see you the same age as her when
Mm,
she's watching you and
him, but yeah.
him. Oh, it's a boy.
Yeah, yeah.
I think maybe you posted something where the baby was blocked out.
Yeah, we don't share his face, just
Well, I shouldn't share his face. You.
Oh, I
That's,
wish I was at home, I'd show you mine. I have hairless cats. I
oh
have,
my
like
God. Is it
yeah,
because of allergies or?
no, they just we fell in love with the breed, we had one and then we were like, "Oh my god, they're amazing," and then we could never
Oh, well, I don't want to keep you too much because you are in the back room at work and again, I'm the weird cousin Gerard, like, so I don't really mix it. Oh, another thing you must have loved, or maybe you were too young or took it for granted. You got a lot of rap party gifts and stuff, like a little computer one year.
Mhm. That stuff's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you
In
ever
fact,
get,
my son River wore, my brother's old Everybody Loves Raymond shirt at the taping. So, he has, like, an old Everybody Loves Raymond Gap shirt that he was
oh my
wearing.
God,
Yeah.
you were so sweet. So I don't want to bring you down, but no, but to bring up. So you lost one of your brothers through mental health issues. Could I ask, were there signs or something he suffered with that you knew about before that, or?
That's a great question. I think with suicide, it's so hard. He passed by suicide. I think it's really hard to get answers, and that's one of the hard parts about it. In my family, we believe that he suffered with something similar to schizophrenia. It can come on very, very quickly within a week. It can come on,
Oh,
and usually between the ages of 18 to 25 in men.
yes, I know
So
one of my friends, their daughter. Yes.
it
Um,
happens. It happens very fast.
yes, and well, no, the first friend I lost was through suicide, and it's every cliche like, why didn't I see that happening? But how could I not see it happening? And but yeah, with that with the schizophrenia, it's different than just you don't really feel the despair, and you
It's
know,
yeah, it's more but he was experiencing, and we were trying to get him help with it. But he was experiencing what we believe now, like after we talked about it, that was having a break in reality. Because, it was little things. It was like, he said, like, "Oh, my roommates hate me," or he would say, uh, things like that, just things that just weren't true. Or like, he at one point thought that maybe he was gay, and then at another point he said he wasn't, and he just wasn't sure about
oh,
himself, what was real. From when we've pieced it together and pieced it back now, we're like, we think that he was struggling to understand what was real, and it happened in about a week. And we were trying to get him
wow. So you
seen,
couldn't have done anything.
but there was just not, there was, the way the healthcare system works, unless we'd put him on a hold or something, which he didn't indicate that that was necessary. We didn't have any reason to believe that that was necessary at the time. And so yeah, it was really unfortunate the way it happened. And I think unfortunately we'll be left with a lot of questions because we won't know one way or
No,
another.
but it's so tough, just not the schizophrenia, but the teen stuff on its own
Yeah.
is who am I? What am I? And
And then you layer that on, and it's right now in America, it's the second leading cause of death between the ages of 18 to 25. So
and
it's prevalent.
well, also, again, I'm no expert at anything, but with social media, which we're on now, hopefully it's positive. I understand how we get addicted to dopamine hits or just the comparisons
Yeah,
or there's a break in reality or just seeing like I don't watch the local news because it's so heartbreaking. But then on Instagram, you'll see a hit run or someone's dog was murdered. You're like, I don't want to see this. So
yeah,
it's just so much we're
missed it. Yeah.
seeing and stuff. It's just it's so hard. I mean, but I'm so happy that you're still doing it. You're being creative. You got this part. I want to see you as a prostitute. And
We did.
it it
Yeah.
uh wait, when you were in Grey's Anatomy, what did you play someone into S&M or something crazy? Or I forget
No,
what
no,
you
I
played.
I played in fact, the opposite. I played like a very, very quiet interview. I was
Okay.
interviewing to be, I was actually like, oh, maybe this could turn into a series regular.
You know,
But it did not. But I was interviewing to be like an intern, and I was incredibly quiet. So they were like, asking me interview questions, and I would be like,
I love it.
you know it was very fun. That was fun. And then I did Lucifer, where I kind of, I was trying to flirt with somebody, and then his girlfriend comes up and says she's pregnant, and I was like, ooh.
So
So
so you
that was a lot of fun.
so you still enjoy auditioning?
Yeah, Yeah, and I love comedy, and yeah, I'm trying to get back into it now after, I'm postpartum now, so I'm like, let's use the momentum of this reunion to kind of get things going again. I don't need to leave or anything, but my
No,
battery.
no. I want to because you stayed off the work, and I so appreciate it. And I love catching up, and I'm excited to see what the clip show turns out to be.
Me too. Yeah,
So
Monday.
yes, and stay in touch. Send me the link to the not paranoia, but what is it called?
Pronoia.
I got pronoia. I got pronoia. It sounds like Rodney. I tell you, I don't got paranoia. I got pronoia. Hey, I got it worse. Let me tell you.
No
I'll send it
respect.
to you.
What's that?
No respect.
Yeah,
I
I got
think with
I
no
got
paranoia.
paranoia,
No,
not
yeah, no
paranoia.
paranoia.
Yeah.
No, come on.
What are you
It
gonna
Give
was
my
do?
wife
lovely
another.
chatting with y'all, and thank you so much
Yes,
for having
thank
me.
you for staying a little
Such a
after
pleasure.
work.
Yes.
Of course.
And you're amazing, and I want to check out that link.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And thanks, guys. I'll come
Thank
back
you.
anytime you want, okay?
All right, thank you so
Awesome.
much. You're great.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how do I get out of here?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I can help
he
too.
can kick you out. You'll be there forever. You can't leave.
You're just looking at the mirror behind me.
Oh yes.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Oh, that was great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Oh, remove guest. There we go.
No, she's gone, and
That way it helps her.
yeah, no, yeah, the twins were like probably, yeah, few months old.
Right.
Fred on a holiday. What?
It was crazy to see how young she was on the show, and then how long the show went to see how old she got on the show. I think it was like 200 something episodes.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
It's a good amount of episodes,
yeah,
depending on the years spanning on those.
yeah. No,
But,
yeah. I again, when I was on Ramond, I loved crossing paths with people. Like I said, did you ever see Rosemary's Baby?
I have not.
There's a guy.
I know my friend loves that movie just because like the just the feel of like California and
That was New York.
or New York. Oh, I have to
Mia
ask.
Farrow.
He liked the music, I think.
There was a guy. I forgot his name. Oh, it's so scary. I can't think of names. He always looked like he was 75, and
It's like one of
he
those
was
guys.
probably in his 30s when he did it. And he was on Raymond, an old guy. Not Norman Fell, someone like that.
Right.
He played a weird kind of not alien, but I forgot. But yeah, there were all these classic people. There was a guy, Robert Culp. I get Robert. Yeah, from I
Oh,
Spy was on Raymond.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He was on that. What was he?
Let
That's
me
hilarious.
see. Now, let me see. Amy, her character, her parents were Fred Willard and Georgia Engel. I think Patricia Heaton, her parents were played by Robert Culp and this woman who's gone, and I worked with her on Coach, and she was on a show. I think, her name was Kathleen Helmond. So Robert Culp and Kathleen Helmond played Patricia Heaton's parents. Uncle Leo was there,
Right. That's cool.
but
yeah.
Phil Leeds is a guy that was a little guy with a crazy nose, and he always looked like he was 75. And what's it called? In Rosemary's Baby, he played someone. I think they were all possessed by the devil, but it's an interesting.
The Rosemary Baby, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, there's kind of a neat
It's a kind of New York fun movie.
Now, I think there's like some like interesting music, right? Like my friend mentioned the music he really liked. Dan, actually, the one we had
Wait,
on.
Rosemary's Baby had interesting music.
I thought that's what he was talking about, unless there's something else. I'll ask him. There's like a chase scene. Is that correct?
A chase scene in Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Or
Or am I
Car
just?
chase? I don't know. No, I had it Lysander the other day, but I forgot to change it back.
Oh yeah, and she's talking about the Scarlett mentioned something about the font. We do have it on Spooky.
Oh yeah, Phil Leeds had a line. I'm not gay. He was like, he just yes, he's a guy. You got to see. Can you pick up a picture of Phil Leeds to show people?
Sure, yeah.
A short break from the drawing. We're getting close. Uncle Mel.
Oh wait, let me look. What's his name?
Phil Leeds. FHILLEEDS.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I think he always looked like that.
Yeah, it's like a guy when he was young, he looked like he was 60, and then when he was 60, he still looked the same.
Yeah.
And they never really get any older or younger.
Exactly. There's a lot of people like that. But that's cool. She was hey, Book of Samuel, we just had yeah. That's probably when he was younger. He was
Yeah, I
very
know.
little,
This is when he was like my age.
30s. Yes, exactly. And he looked like that for 40 years and always played that guy. Come on, hey, yeah, I'm not gay. Like that's a joke, you know. He was born looking like that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
like they're like, okay. I just saw this movie called Benjamin Button or
Button.
something. Have you ever heard
Yeah.
of that? Brad
I heard
Pitt?
it. I was
Is that like
recently
real
aware.
or like is that fake story?
I was
But wait, you heard about this?
oh no, I was Brad Pitt, and I was aware that it was based on an F. Scott Fitzgerald
Right.
acting class. I mean acting class. I just read about an acting class.
Like a novel or
But it's funny how Madylin, you know, you always have that thing that I wrote about, like on what's it called, Grey's Anatomy. Will they bring me back? I hope. Yeah, it's just maddening. So I had a whole life of that, where I was never a regular, and even though I did a lot of stuff, it's always maybe they'll have me back. Maybe they'll have me. Oh my God, it's insane. But it's all good, as they say. Shelley Berman was born old. These are people from the old comedy days that played older people and always looked old. You know, Phil Leeds, yes.
Phil Leeds.
I worked with him on a show called Singer and Sons. It was my first job.
Really?
And yeah, no one heard of that show.
Interesting.
And then I'd see him on Ramond. I remember I saw Charles Durning, who I like, from Dog Day Afternoon. And he says, "Hey, Phil. Hey, Charles. Hey, I'm still alive. Yeah, me too." That's what they say. Oh, what the hell? That's him very young.
That's him very young, yet he's still old.
Yes.
It's like that Norman. I think who was it who did this joke? Oh yeah, I think it was Norm. He was like, Henry Youngman was an old man, and Henry is it? No, hold it. Gary Oldman is a young man or something. Like the name is flipped. Like the one that has young man in his name is an old man, and the one that has the young man in the last name is an old man. I don't know.
There was a guy, some of these people have heard of him.
Yeah.
He's 15 in this picture, Darren said. There's some people, what's his name? He was in City Slickers, and I saw him in like a Police Story when he was in probably his late 20s, and he looked weird. What's the guy's name? He was in City Slickers.
Here's
And he
where
was in a movie with Billy Crystal where he was Billy Crystal's agent. This is the show where people try to guess actors I can't think of, but I can't think of his name. It'll hit me. Not Henny Youngman. I don't know.
Do you want to see a younger, even younger picture of this guy?
Yes.
This is so weird. It's even
Oh
younger.
yeah, I know. I only knew Jack Palance from City Slickers, but then he was like a stud. He was like in a movie I forgot where he was like a leading man. Get out of here! That's Phil Leeds. Oh, that's
Look
a
how
great
young
picture.
I'm gonna keep going younger and younger.
No, not Jack Palance. He's a character, a Jewish name, who was part of the people. No, he was in City Slickers too. I remember Bruno Kirby didn't return. He didn't like Billy Crystal. All right, he looks a little younger there.
I think that's all I can go back as far as I can.
Phil Leeds is 7 in this picture. But,
That's right.
yes, what's his name? Not David. David Paymer. Is that his name? He's a guy where I saw him in some show like Hill Street Blues, like probably his late 20s, and he looked weird. He was still an old looking guy. Could you put up a picture of David Paymer, Paymer?
David Paymer. Okay, you want like just a regular picture?
Yeah, current one.
Yep, I'll just use the IMBD.
So we get a sense of
IMDb.
who he is.
Boop.
Yeah, even when he was younger, he looked weird. A little guy, balding.
Right.
Yes.
Like, yeah, if you go back, he's even in these older pictures young.
Yeah, I think he got nominated. Billy Crystal had a movie called
Night of the Creep.
Mr. Sunday. I forgot where he was Billy Crystal's agent. And yeah, he was in City Slickers too and did a lot of stuff, but he was kind of like always like playing like a psychiatrist, a doctor. Oh, he was in Quiz Show. I should revisit that.
Here's another picture.
All right, that's him a little younger. I guess he was kind of funny looking.
Here's him even younger in the 80s. Oh, that same picture.
Yes, Mr. Saturday Night.
Oh, come on. It's not working. Whoa, higher res.
That's probably what I saw him in. Whatever that is.
It's called Night of the Creeps.
I don't know what that is.
It's like there's one called No Way Out he was in.
Was that with what's his name? Kevin Costner?
Oh.
I was never in Night Court. No.
No Way Out, 1980s.
That was done on the Warner Brothers lot.
Oh, it was. Yeah, Kevin Costner. Oh, the other guy's in it too. Gene Hackman.
You know who's a guy that always looked old, and it was weird seeing him young. What's his name in Midnight Cowboy? This is my life trying to think of names. Bob Balaban in Midnight Cowboy. They know who Bob Balaban is. It was weird seeing him as a young guy in Midnight Cowboy.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, have you ever met him?
No. Do you know who Bob Balaban is?
Yes. Yeah, he played in like pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Sort of like which is weird. He shows up like in things you're like, wait, that's that guy. And he's prominently known as like that one moment in Seinfeld where he's the
head of NBC.
yeah, like that's the first time I prominently knew him
Yes.
from.
Yes.
And then everything else started to kind of like, oh, he's here, and then he's here.
Yeah, he was in a Woody Allen movie. I forgot, but yeah, good stuff.
It's really funny. Yeah.
So how much? He was in Midnight Cowboy. Did you ever see Midnight Cowboy, Cody?
I have, yes.
He was the guy that I think when John Voight first came to New York to be a stud,
Right.
he saw a movie with Bob Balaban, and I think yes, there he is. Oh my God!
Like a kid. He almost looks like Rick
Yes.
Moranis, kind of.
Yes.
On there.
Yes, he was in the late shift, playing Warren Littlefield. And he played the head of NBC on Seinfeld. That's a coincidence that just became aware to me. That
Mm-hmm.
So did you like hearing what Madylin had to say?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good. That was a great interview.
She started in pageants and was very charming.
Yes.
And she had 2 pilots, and she picked the right one.
That's crazy.
She could have picked some dud that went right off the air.
That's wild. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see. So what are you working on now with the picture? Are you gonna you're not gonna put a lot of detail on the other people? Oh no, that's just like a close-in, right? You don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, this one just because it starts like that and stuff.
Wait, you were in a lot of shows. How many programs were running concurrently that you had been on? What does that mean? Meaning that are on still now that I was on, or? Yeah, Bad Chavez. David Paymer probably plays a lot of Jewish people. Yeah, we'll do the birthday party. Remind us when it's your birthday. And if Cody's not available on your birthday, we'll do it the day after or before, or we'll figure it out.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Do it.
Absolutely.
So you tired from work?
Well, it's doing this is kind of wakes me up,
Okay.
It's a good thing. But yeah, I enjoy this.
Wait, what do you mean? How many shows was I on at the same time?
At the same time. Like how many do they film when they film you on the set?
I'm still confused what his question is. But tell her on. Oh, that's so nice, Darren.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
He's enjoying the talk.
Yes, and also I want to say thank you to the
Super chat people.
Yeah, and also that they were mentioning something about my artwork, like I think it was like Jeff and
Hey,
Darren. I think he mentioned something about it.
Hey, Amanda, you missed we had Allie,
Yeah.
Monica. Was that name Monica? No, Madylin Sweeten, who played Allie in Everybody Loves Raymond as a little girl, and now she's a mom. So it was very I'm so sorry that her brother took his life and was suffering with that. And she was very open, and interesting how she got to be on a TV set. Oh, Fred is here. I'm Lysander and your Fred.
Stoller.
What do you have to say, Fred?
I'm a little under the weather right now.
Why?
got a cold. I don't know what happened, but I was at the grocery store, and this guy behind me was sneezing, and I went to get a piece of package of Wrigley's gum, and he sneezed all over my hand.
Oh, jeez.
And then I noticed they had the samples counter, so I wasn't thinking. I used that hand to pick up some pieces of salami and some pieces of cheese.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, but I'm really sad because I don't like to get too
Too
under
sick.
the weather. A little bit's nice because you can cuddle with yourself. But but if you want a piece of pizza, a
It's different.
cookie, it's different because you got a sore throat, so you can't just you know swallow chunks of cookies, and you can't just even if you slice the piece of pizza down the middle like I like to do, because I can't eat a whole piece of pizza in one day. I have to have sometimes a half a piece of pizza, and so you can't have that when you're sick. All you can have is broth, which look at what am I working at, some messianic temple or something? Am I working on with the sun gods or something? Beef broth, the chicken broth is without noodles, or I mean, at that point, I would almost put a piece of pizza in the broth because.
Now, Fred, speaking of pizza, I have a question for you. Now, you're from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in Saturday Night Fever, which took place in Brooklyn, the opening shot has John Travolta eating two pieces of slices of pizza at once. Is that a thing you've done, Fred, in Brooklyn? Do they really do that?
No, that was something that started in the late 70s in the gay community.
Gay
It was
started a pizza two at
it was
once?
called pizzaing.
PC?
Pizzaing. Yeah, pizzaing. Like pizzaing. And the gay people would put the pieces of pizza on top of themselves, and they would say, let's get it on, because you imagine two pieces of pizza up against each other. It's sort of like a sexy thing with the olive oil and the tomato sauce, and they're just right on top of each other. So I never got that into the gay scene because, I like to do other things. Like I like to go for a walk. I like to walk around where the coyotes might be able to bite my ankles.
You like that?
It makes me nervous, but I get excited, because I'm gonna if I do a cameo, sometimes I put a little too much into it. I feel cheap after. Um, but it's yeah, it's called pizzaing, and that's two slices of pizza, and because before that, if you wanted to get a piece of pizza.
Sorry, Fred. Yeah, I hear it. I when I was on Seinfeld, one of my lines that Larry wrote, he wrote it with me in mind. I said, I'm depleted. I need my vitamins, but vitamins make me nauseous.
Oh
So what
yeah.
do you do when you don't know you're depleted, but the vitamins make you nauseous? How do you choose what to do, Fred? You want to not be depleted, but you don't want to be nauseous.
What a lot of people don't realize is what you want is you want water, but you want a pinch of mineral salt because mineral salt and minerals in general will help you retain the hydration in your muscle and your bloodstream. So, that's not everyone wants to drink salt water, but it's good because that's what it does. And so, I wake up, I'll have some water with some salt water, and that's why it never got off the ground because people said, "Have you ever tried salt water?" And they never even tried it. But you could put the minerals in your mouth and drink water with it, and you
And
don't
not
have
get
to.
nauseous?
Yeah, you don't have to make a gallon of water with a bunch of salt in it. You can you're not going to get nauseous, because the reason people get nauseous on vitamins is because they don't space it out with food that can absorb these capsules. So and you don't want to mix certain ones together, because not because it's bad, but it's like, you don't take kimchi one, the probiotic, you don't take that 20 minutes before or 20 minutes after you drink hot coffee, or just coffee in general, because coffee is acidic.
Thank you, Darren, for the tip. Um, I owe you a picture. There's a super chat. Thank you, Darren, so much. Darren is in North or South Carolina. Now, Fred, would you ever go to North or South Carolina, Fred? Is that scary to you?
It's hard, because I just, most of the time, I want to just lay down with my cat and think about the geography of other countries. And also, I'm just addicted to slices of, well, I said slice of pizza. I said piece of pizza. I'm thinking of the sleeve guy that came on your show before, because I always wanted to go to that store, because I love pizza, and I love being, I love doing cameos. Those are fun, because you never get the same cameo.
Hmm.
You get different ones every time. You never get the same cameo twice.
Interesting.
It's interesting, yeah. But I like doing those, and I have a very moderate. It's not expensive. I'm not expensive, but I get more of these cameos in mass, because, oh, it's like a volume. It's the more you better price, the more you're gonna push.
Fred, you got it all figured out. Now, I heard you weren't here, but we had Madylin Sweeten from Everybody Loves Raymond. Could you talk about your Everybody Loves Raymond experiences?
Oh, everybody loves Raymond. Well, Ray Romano would love to, he would tell this to you if he was here. He loved to, it's called a California shit tale. It's, say you're laying on the ground reading a book, and someone starts a fart around your legs, and they just walk around you, and you don't realize the fart doesn't set into your nostrils till they walk off, and they just California shit tailed you.
Wow. Sorry, Fred. That sounds kind of mean of Ray Romano.
Well, but he was so good at it. But he would, and his farts, they weren't stinky. They just had a lot of aggression in them. And I think that's because he would come to work to shower. People didn't use the showers at Everybody Loved Raymond, but he would come early and shower
Uh-huh.
and play
Well,
basketball with himself. I say he played basketball, but he was just throwing the ball up to himself over and over.
Fred, I'll give you some unsolicited advice. If you want to keep working, stop saying bad things about Ray Romano. It's not
Oh,
right.
yeah. No, oh, I meant Brad Garrett.
Okay, you fixed it.
It was Brad Garrett, because he goes, ho, 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 ho. And I said, don't, because he would eat those beef sticks, the
All
summer
right,
sausage.
you're grossing out Scarlett. So, Fred, you usually not. Now, let me ask you something. You always say you don't like the broke comedians, but why aren't you more like Colin Quinn? You're from the same neighborhood. Can't you be aggressive and like kind of, punch your hand in your fist? You're from Brooklyn. Why aren't you more like a tough guy like
Yeah,
Colin
but
Quinn?
I'm more like I was one of the slinks of wood in defensive Brooklyn. I'm not a.
See.
If I went to Brooklyn, I got a piece of pizza, and I walked through the door, people might push me around, because I walked through the door too slow, or maybe I just waited too long to make it my turn. But it's very difficult to be, first off, being having a cold like this, and then being tortured by being drawn. Basically, I call it drawn to death. is it Fred and Fred? I mean, who are we? So I'm sort of contemplating life and what I'm doing on this planet because I got a cold, I got a sore throat, I got a sore throat.
Now, Colin's not a broke comedian, but he's not like Jeff Richards would say, a wet noodle. You don't mess with Colin. That's what I meant.
Yeah, well, I think regular Ben is here. Do you want to talk to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk to regular Ben.
Hey there, Fred.
You sound like a Barney Rubble.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, Fred. Hey, Fred, it's regular Ben. You know me. Team player. Hey.
Let me tell him. Regular Ben is on live now. I have to tell someone. Well, what Ben? So, what are you doing? The self tapes these days?
Well, I've been doing a lot of self-help tapes.
You almost sound like Harlan Williams.
You want to see my Harlan Williams impression?
Yes.
Hey, fucking, let's get this shit Jim down, dude. Give me a box of licorice with a fucking hair in it.
It's almost like Harlan Williams. Do Harlan Williams talking to, what's his name? Hey, buddy. Not Jamie. Who's the guy that says, hey, buddy? Pauly Shore. They sound alike.
So Pauly Shore and who?
Huh?
Pauly Shore and who?
And Harlan Williams. They sound the same.
Pauly Shore, okay. Hey, bro. This is my mom used to do the Comedy Store, and now I'm the guy that, I don't do it. I come in, I say, what's up? I actually sold my part of it, I think. I can't remember. Hey, buddy, get your fucking facts straight. I got a spot Thursday night at 10:15 p.m. Dude, I don't need your attitude. I'm like the boss now, okay, or something like that, okay? Oh, certainly something to think about there, my little flowers, sea urchin buddyman.
Wow. So you're going on to the next picture, Cody. This is good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got
we're
that one
coming
done
through.
little by little. Regular Ben, did you find a distributor for the Cowboy Killers? Jeff wants to know.
Well, that's a good question. I'm gonna probably guess no, not yet. No, I don't know if I have. I mean, the trailer looks great. These things take time, you guys.
Oh yes, so Slappy Bonaducci did my deep fake because I wasn't able to do this last shot in the movie. So Lonnie Ross, who sort of looks like me but doesn't really, did it, and he put my face on it. So I don't know when this is going to pop up, but I don't know.
Hey, my little buddy, Fred Stoller. Cody. Hey, Cody, why don't you take the fucking back of your wife's head and throw her to fucking piranhas?
I don't know what he said, but it's funny.
You're a freak. Yeah. I just discovered I could wash my armpits by myself. I didn't even know anything about it. Didn't think I was supposed to touch those hairy areas.
Now, Scarlett said Jeff's Paulie sure sounds like he's about to fall asleep. Is that just what stone people sound like? It's a good question.
That's what Pauly Shore actually sounds like off camera.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, I'm just thinking about you. I know that you got a podcast. I'm so busy, I can't do it. Pauly Shore goes into Daryl Hammond.
That's what I was going to say.
He goes, just like, this is my mom's comedy store, and I like live here, and it's like, it's mine too. I can have it. And then,
what would Daryl say?
it's like,
I really don't even want anything to do with the establishment. All I really want is some money and some chicks and some $5 bills. I was born in the Yucatan Peninsula by my friend Ohar and Majado. They were sacred sacred spirit animals, and it became something that pushed into the 1930s, 60s.
In Chicago, I forgot about that.
Chicago mafioso.
The mafioso.
Now,
Mafiosa.
Darren asked, "Can you do Jim Brewer?"
Not in my current state.
Yeah, he's sick. Well, I'm sorry you're sick.
Well, I don't feel that bad. I think it's getting better. Maybe I'm just kidding myself, but it's just a cold. It's just a minor flesh wound. How about a little? They remember the movie Paul Thomas Anderson, There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Here's from that. Ready?
I want to tell you something I think you should know. I'm an oil man. Not an oily man. I've got plenty of dirt on my skin as it is right now. But an oil man.
God, you gotta watch more movies. You know, you everything you see, you pick things up from.
Yeah.
But
I want to tell you something I think you should know. It's more than milkshake. It is plenty hard, and it works just as fine. You want a milkshake? Do you want a milkshake?
Yes.
I
Sugar. A lot of sugar in there. Oh, lots of sugar.
Oh man. Well, I'm very happy if it keeps raining. I love the rain. I love the rainy night.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you know
what's
that
nice
song?
about the rain is it's an excuse to stay in, right? I mean, you don't feel so guilty about it.
Yeah. Well, just hearing the pitter patter, feeling safe. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we all just stay in? Why do we need excuses?
Yeah.
No, you don't need any excuses, but you do feel like on a real bright sunny day, you should go out there for at least 10 minutes.
Right.
I remember when I lived in LA and the first time they had the riots, I loved that there was a curfew because everyone had to stay in.
Oh, okay, Fred. Movie's going good. I just talked to a couple of the lead actors. They're willing to reshoot some of the dialogue. I got Mark Summers. Remember him, Mark Summers?
No.
He's going to do a voiceover. Mark Summers was in Connecticut Club. It was an HBO show for a little while. He's doing a voiceover.
Wow, you sound regular Ben. You sound like you got it good.
Well, I don't know about that, Fred. Well, I mean, we're having a good time.
Yes, yes.
You want to talk to Harlan Williams again?
Yes, please.
Hey, my little buddies on my little drawing friend. Yeah. Just draw little things away. You got the bowling ball there, and you got fucking, who's that supposed to be? Sissy Spacek or something? I don't know who that is.
I love the lump on my head always.
Well, what are you guys doing? I mean, listen, you called me, you left a message, and then I call back, and you've already been on the air for fucking 2 hours. What the hell's going on over there? You know, I've been doing Kill Tony lately. Yeah.
Kill Tony.
Did that, been fucking doing real good with that. Yeah. But I'm not Harlan Williams. I'm Harlan's cousin, Ramond Williams.
Ramond, okay.
I'm Ramond Williams.
Ramond Williams.
Yeah.
I love my cousin, but he doesn't give me the time of day. I don't even really have his number.
I just realized that's why Harlan sounds like that Canadian accent. Yeah, I hear it. The Canadians.
Canadian.
Fred's just realizing Harlan was Canadian. I guess, yeah, because they sort of adapt so well to. Now I'm doing you.
The reason people, let me back to this one. The reason people say that my fucking American accent, this assimilated to America. But if you really sound like you're like this, people think you're from. They don't think you're from Canada. They think you're from the Buzzards. They think you're from the Tallahatchie Indian Reservation and fucking Navajo Joe.
Right.
Yeah, right. No, right is wrong. They had a TV guide that looked like it'd been around the moon and back.
The Gulf of Canada. Have you ever worked? Sorry.
Well, no, I'll just say this TV guide was like it's like years of debris on top of it, but it had still all the listings and all the different guides. If you want to know what Cheers was on, you just fucking look at the thing,
Jeff's Harlan sounds like Tom Green.
Who the hell said that?
Mickey.
Mickey, why don't you take a hike, buddy?
Mickey.
Go
That's
get lit.
Harlan says, does Harlan Williams say the word that much with two question marks?
Yeah, fucking A right, I do. That one is just begging to be filled in. I'm just a guy. I talk like this. Sometimes I get frustrated if I forget to drink some milk. I get a little comfortable. But, what the fuck?
Now, Fred, would you work in Canada?
Yeah, I worked in Canada, but I did a place called Bazoobies with Marshall Warfield, and it was Marshall Warfield and David Spade and Eddie Murphy. I remember I had lunch one time. He likes me. I had lunch with Eddie Murphy, and he said, it's he goes, your act is, you're afraid, you're not afraid of this, but it sounds like you are. And he was breaking down my act, and I just realized, we really liked each other. And then I went home, and he never called me again, and I just didn't want to bother him. And then he just became even bigger Eddie Murphy. But he's a really nice guy. He likes pizza. He likes chocolate chip cookies.
Eddie Murphy likes pizza. We're getting some scoops.
Right, scoops of ice cream.
Yeah. It's like chocolate milk, and I like chocolate milk. And, fucking chocolate milk.
I saw Harlan on something. He was talking about Trump. He goes, "I like him. He's a maverick." Have Harlan say that, please. He's a maverick.
He's a maverick. I don't think it sounds like him. I think it could sound like his cousin, but I think it sounds like it sounds like somebody's being,
To pizza.
It's like a piece of pizza. It's not like I asked to cut it in half and charge me for half. I don't mind paying for a whole piece of pizza. I've got a pension. But what I'm saying is if I ask for 2 boxes before I, make debris out of it, don't get upset. I'm the star of the show,
Fred, how did you end up in comedy? You say you're always depressed and shy. What made you think you're going to be a comedian? How did that come about? It doesn't make sense.
Well, when I was in junior high school, the kids used to make fun of me because I used to mop. I would do the mopping, and dining hall, and there was a position. It was the only paid position at my junior high school, and I got paid to mop the gym and the dining hall, and I made a lot of money. So I invested in, as you might imagine, invested in the porn business.
What?
Yeah, I put all my marbles and I let it ride, and like 91, I got a check for all this stuff I was involved with.
Till 91. That's a great question. How someone who's so shy ends up in stand-up comedy, and that explains a lot. You mopped, and you invested in the porno business.
The proceeds, yeah, because it's. I remember one time I paid someone to gamble for me, and somebody said, "Why don't you just do it yourself? It's your gambling. What the hell?" And I said, I just don't think I'm the one to do it. Somebody, I'm not able to give what I need to give right now. And I just had this guy go play blackjack. He lost $5,000 of my money in like an hour and a half, and that was it. We drove home. I was devastated.
Wow. I'm sorry if I bring up traumatic events.
No, it's okay. I had to go out of town, so I left him out for like, and he ate all the
Somebody.
open.
What?
He didn't touch any of my food. He just ate the cat food.
Well, I texted Dom Herrera. It's his birthday today. I'll try to call him again. Did you ever cross paths with Dom Herrera?
Yeah, I did. I just gave him a call about his birthday. And I didn't know what to write in the card, so I said, "Hey, love you, Fred. That's a go-to. Love you, Fred. I don't do the LA. I do the LOU. Just more formal, and it works across the board."
Now, someone said, "Come back, Jeff/Fred." Losing your audio. And Darren wants to ask Fred about the first time he was in therapy.
Yeah, the first time I was in therapy, I think I was probably 12 years old. The true first time. And I went in there, and it was a classic style. You lay down, they're in another chair. You don't look at each other. And I said, Doc, I really, I don't know why I'm here. This and that. So that was the first one, and I didn't learn anything from it. And when I was 14 years old, it was kind of the same thing. They were like, "Hey, Fred," I'd be like, "Yeah," and then it would just not go anywhere. Then when I was 16 years old, I had a car. I'm just joking around. I don't know where to go with this.
It was a good setup.
Well, it's hard because you want to cough. I'm just coming on here
This
coughing.
therapist looks like Zippy the Pinhead with the one strand of hair.
Who said that?
Oh, that's what it
What's
looks
this
like.
about? Oh, you already drew that?
Cody went on some tangent about therapy. But that's what he drew.
It's pretty good. Oh, you like it?
It's Fred talking to Fred. It's cool.
I like the beard and the one strand sticking up like alfalfa.
Just drawing what Jeff was. I was reliving what Jeff was saying.
Yeah.
I just got back from Mississippi.
Mississippi. I did a show out there with William Montgomery
Who's William I know the name.
from Kill Tony. He's a really funny comedian.
Oh.
So I went up there and I forgot what I was going to say.
How'd it go?
Great. Oh, I end up going to the. I was going to say this. Hanging out with like Southern people, and then you become you end up being that lawyer. Well, I really do hope indeed that we'll be able to get through this case, because I wonder how that ranch will be without you guys. I just want the best for you and your children and your children's children and the people that are involved in what them people are involved with. But I'm not no heavy-handed prosecutor like that. I'm just a peachy cobbler kind of guy.
Oh, you know what's on tonight? Thinking of Southern. There's a Hulu show called A Murder in the Family, something like that.
Really?
William Montgomery is the redheaded guy that screams a lot. That's Andrew Santino.
Santino. I don't know who Santino. Oh, Santino, of course. Andrew Santino.
Is he the redhead who screams a lot? Not, or does William Montgomery scream a lot?
He screams sometimes, but he doesn't go crazy. It's pretty good. I mean, it's really good. Great improviser too. I want to show you a letter I got from Barbara Walters a couple days ago. It finally got to me. I guess
she died, but it took a while for the letter to get to you.
I just got the letter literally yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, it says, "Dear Jeff, I can't get into it. I don't want to. I don't want you guys.
I can't figure out how to do this chair. Wood gave me a link for this chair, but it doesn't stay. It just, I don't know.
You guys look like you had some dinner tonight. What happened?
Like I had dinner tonight?
Looks like you had some dinner tonight. You seem relaxed.
Not yet. Cody worked a whole day, nice enough to do the stream. So we'll probably just let him go in 10 minutes to know it's a whole 2 hours. But he worked a whole long day today. There were a few arguments in the break room, but do they argue in the break room?
Do they argue? Not. They don't really like. There hasn't been really an argument yet. No, sure.
In the break room, do they have a TV? They watch a game. They go, hey,
they do that, but they don't have a TV in there. In the break room.
Yeah.
Oh, in the break room. Yeah, no, it's all actually they had.
Buckeyes.
Right. Yeah, you know what they actually do? They do that in the back rooms, but in the break room they had Thanksgiving food.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. I want you guys. You did good all the way up to here now, and you're kind of loafing it, man. You're talking when he's talking. I'm supposed to be talking.
All right. Yeah, we need a producer to really.
Did we eat at that place in Mommy, a Mexican, not a Mexican restaurant, a Italian restaurant? I got to get that straight. Do you know what, Fred? Do you remember we ate spaghetti and meatballs and the whole?
I don't remember it was a Mexican restaurant. I forgot.
No, it was an Italian. Do you remember that?
I remember. Yeah, outside on the patio.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name.
I don't remember any restaurants in Maumee, Ohio.
I think it was called Mozzarella's. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Actually, chicken tahini sauce. You get the spicy marinara with the basil and that's amore.
Mike says it's Biaggi's.
Oh yeah, wait, he's in Biaggi's. Let's see. What's that? Ding 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 ding. Biaggi's. Okay, we ate there. Let me. This is another place. Okay, it's a different place. I actually thought it was the same place. I was like, oh, because they said it was from Mommy, and I was like, what?
Hey, I don't mean to insult you, Cody, but I think you could. What's her name? Madylin sells couches. You need to buy a couch from her. I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
sure.
I'm being like Kill Tony. I'm being very insulting.
It's called Carabas.
Ooh, a cookie.
There's a cookie, Fred Stoller.
Yeah, it's a
Ooh.
piece of pizza. It's a cookie. It breaks my heart to look at it off on the screen and not be able to put it in my mouth and smell it. But I got coyotes to tend to. I got they look like they want to bite my ankles, but I want to walk, so I'm willing to risk it. I guess I'm a tough guy, thrill seeker.
He's
Pretty good.
peeking.
Good cookie.
My God. Well, someone sneezed on you online at the grocery store. That's awful.
It wasn't that bad, actually. In the moment, it felt refreshing, the mist of it all.
It felt refreshing in the moment. Oh God. That's
And,
insane.
that's how it goes. Listen, I'm gonna buzz off. You guys are great.
Okay, Fred. It was great talking to you.
Great
Yeah,
talking
thanks
to
for
you guys.
popping in.
Get lit.
All right. You get rest. Have some vitamins.
Thank you.
See if he knows how to get off. Why is Doc Holliday here again?
This is a good cookie. They had
What's that?
Italian for Thanksgiving at the back room today.
So did they ever argue politics in the back room?
They never do. No, it gets kind of like I'm usually eating there, and there's people there, but they kind of like sometimes it's fun to eat together, like the people that work together in the back, and sometimes it works out that it's like, oh yeah, and kind of talk a little bit about get to know people, but then sometimes you just keep to yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
They talk a little bit about just kind of random stuff.
Did Mike get irritated?
Oh, we got Fred Stoller.
Fred's back.
No, wait,
Who?
Fred Stoller.
Yeah, I just couldn't get enough.
Yeah.
I kind of missed you guys, and I realized when I left, I'm a figment of my own imagination. I don't even really exist. There is a Fred Stoller. It's not me. But that's why I came back, because I want to make a wish, and I want to make a vow to you both.
Oh, what's the wish?
The wish is, I wish you would bathe more.
I would breathe more?
You bathe more.
Okay.
Pretty funny, right?
It's pretty funny. I mean, you should be on Kill Tony, Fred. Now, what would it be like if Fred was on Kill Tony?
Oh
Go.
yeah, that would be funny.
Okay. Hey, everybody. It's like, look at this crowd. I've been in front of less people in a 7-Eleven.
I think I hope there's producers from Kill Tony. I don't know if you know who this is, Fred, but someone was on this stream, and he's a producer of that. What's that guy's name? There's Red Band and Red Bar. I get them mixed up.
Right.
But one of them, not the guy used to be on with Grogan. He's a mustache like I have now. He sits there, goes, this guy's very aggressive, this comedian. Oh, he's going to hide him. Like he watches a clip and just, what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen him? I kind of like it. Oh, let's play this clip. This guy, he did a 3-hour set. Ooh, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, there's a guy. You never saw this guy?
I heard of him, but I never seen what he does.
He has he looks like this, and he just has a big monitor, and he'll play a clip of Kill Tony, saying, "Hey, I'm the most aggressive guy," or the guy can't mention. I made a vow if I talk about him, I have to give everyone $100 because I realized it was interfering with my life. Talking about that guy, but he'll see that guy, and then he'll go, "This guy lifts a lot of weights." Okay. Did you ever see him, Cody? I got to find some links.
Yes, I haven't seen him, but I've
But
seen
he-
him. I saw a picture of him that you were talking about it before.
Yeah, he
I'm
just
gonna, I'm gonna show a picture of him
okay.
for the viewers on internet land.
Like
Uh,
he'll just show a clip and go, "This guy, he's just very sarcastic. Like this guy, he's been with a lot of women. Yeah, I mean that's what I think.
I wonder what he's like. I haven't listened to any of his stuff, but I have his Instagram thing here on it. I can only.
Oh yeah, that guy. He'll just play a clip and go, yeah, this guy is he sells out theaters. He's got to
This guy
listen to
does.
him.
He sell out theaters?
That's he plays clips of bros, comedians, and just nods his head sarcastically. But it's
Is that really-
entertaining. Yes, I
That's
enjoy
sick.
him. That's what he does.
Let me look at the what's his description.
Wait, can you play a little clip of him?
Let me figure out something here. I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, let me screen share. Replace screen share. This is Instagram red bar. I don't think you'll be able to hear anything.
If I got mocked on Red Bar, how would I feel? But I think he mocks people who are like very aggressive, saying, I did 17 hours and no one could follow me. He goes, yeah. I don't know. I mock myself too much. So I don't think I don't think anyone could mock me except for Jeff Richards more than I mock myself.
You know, you make me sound even more pathetic than I really am. You make me sound like an idiot, but you know, there's something to it. If
He talks about comedy drama, like, oh, this guy, yeah. He just mocks comedy drama. It's yeah, he just plays clips and
Is this him without his glasses? Or?
yeah.
Oh.
But I'll watch some later.
It doesn't look like the. Oh, maybe he has a reel. Oh,
I guess
reel.
you know, I was so I missed you guys. I come back and you
wait,
don't
it's
even
followed by Jeff Richards, so he knows who this guy is. Or maybe Fred. He's pretending to be Fred, who doesn't know.
This doesn't say the real Jeff Richards. Does that mean it's not the real one?
I think he's just the Jeff Richards.
Yeah, that's not me.
That's not you.
I don't think so.
Wait,
what is
what?
that? Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. Followed by I might I know who you're talking about, but I've never seen his stuff.
He just like gets involved with the drama and just mocks it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What would Daryl Hammond say about this? Well, you know, there's journalism, there's investigative journalism, and then there's the other layer to the cake, which is not almond flavored either. It's your minty chiclet.
No comedy beefs at the moment. I have apologized to Orny Adams. I should get him on here. I had him all wrong because I saw him in this documentary called Comedian, where he said they just edited it to make him look like the biggest a-hole in the world, and they just made him look like a jerk. So I thought he was, but he's a good guy.
Orny?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Orny. He's good.
Yeah. You should see this documentary called Comedian.
I did see it.
Yeah, I was telling Cody.
Oh well.
Where they had Jerry Seinfeld and this new young guy, and they just all the clips of him was, I'm gonna people that the agents are going to get Charlie horses rushing to me because I'm going to kill, But he's actually a very nice guy. So no beefs at the moment. I mean, the people I do have beefs with have no idea that I'm annoyed with them. So it's not a real beef.
So, but this you going at people during in public or whatever. Where do you get that from? Were you always doing that, or is this kind of this newer chapter?
What do you mean? Wait, I'm confused. What do you
When
mean?
you go, oh, I'm going to tell you this guy and that guy on the internet. When do you start doing that? Because it's like I like it. It's funny
Well,
that you do it.
Well, I realized, I'm being so negative. Why do I let some of these bros, and who in particular, and I had to say, I'll give you money because I have to stop. It's just like, my legacy. I don't want people to find this when I'm dead and go, all he did was talk about moron racist comedians with big arms. I gotta stop. It's just I want to be more wholesome for the kids, the Scarlett and Amanda, and not just Bob Saget was the nicest guy. I say the nicest guys were Bob Saget, Chris Elliott, Tony Shalhoub from Monk, Steven Weber from Wings, and Bob Saget. He never would go. That stupid. What's his name? Dane Cook. He wanted to keep it positive, but I don't know. I got to stop letting them. They're just morons. I don't know.
Well, you're just a different cup of tea. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I just there were a few of them that would get into me. They'd pop up. It's not even their act; it's viscerally. No, Amanda isn't a kid. Why did you think she was? Jeff's beef is buttered sausage.
There we go.
I just, I realize I'm it's not just the bros. I would get annoyed when they'd have that show Best Week Ever and all those hip guys like, Danny Partridge, you're not washed up. All these kind of snarky. So I'd get annoyed with snarky. They don't have the snarky guys like the bros so much anymore. I kind of went away. I hated Best Week Ever. I loved the 70s. Like people like, oh yeah, like Michael Ian Black. Who's cool? The Brady Bunch, Alice. They're just. There's one guy, I won't mention his name. He's really skinny, not good looking. But he's got the most beautiful wife. He's like, yeah, you're a loser. Hey, we have a thing called loser, you. And he acts like this hip kind of snarky guy. And I think like my mother said, she used to say, the kids. No, Amanda has kids that listen along with her. And yeah, I don't know, but I guess I can't. I got to stop being annoyed. But yeah. So it's not just the bros. I'm confessing. It's like these, snarky, like Dan Natterman, who I like people like that, or what's his name, Duncan Trussell, who are original. They're not a bro, but they're not like we're the nerds. We're into pop culture. We're cool. Yeah, good shirt. Hey, what are you, George Jefferson in the 40s? Okay, babe. Let me keep it positive. You know who's a comedy genius? Who's new? Not new. He's probably 50. That's the thing about comedy. I'm going on a tangent. A lot of people like Bill Burr, Mark Maron, they don't really excel until they're like late 40s, 50s. But I love that guy, the Chair Company, Tim Robinson. Have you seen his new show on HBO, The Chair Company?
No, I haven't.
I love people when they're not being a hip, ironic, you know, hey, we're cool, or yeah, it's the jocks and the bullies. Again, I'm an old man, but when I went into comedy, it was never thought I want to be cool. I want to do this to be cool. We're all misfits, and but now, like, you're skinny like this guy and skinnier than me, a stick figure, and he's not good looking. But yeah, hey, you know who's a loser? You are. That's his persona, and the women love him. He's got a yeah. So
What
I
are we
got to
talking
stop.
about?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, you're talking about what's his name? Steve.
Is that the
Middleman.
guy that you said you wouldn't say his name?
No,
Steve
no, that's
Middleman? Steve Middleman.
no. Steve Middleman doesn't act like a snarky hipster. Steve Middleman is funny because he's a guy.
I was trying to think of a random name.
No, Steve Middleman is a guy that he's not good looking. I'm sorry, Steve, and his whole act was he has no chin. Oh, no chin. Look, and he turned, and he's a guy I know forever. Great guy. But then he went on a show where they remake your face, a makeover.
Yeah.
Tell it to your face.
Well, tell it to your face.
Oh, tell it to your face.
Now he went on extreme, not home makeover, where they were going to redo him. So I'm a schmuck. I'm thinking he's going to come out looking like Carl McLaughlin or something, or some I can't think of a name, Steven Weber. But they come out, let's do the reveal, and he looked completely the same to me. But he's like a motivational speaker now. I think but no, this guy
What's
is
his name?
no, that's Steve Middleman.
Oh, he is? He's a motivational speaker?
Or he talks about diets or something.
I always loved that guy.
Steve Middleman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's old school. That's why I like Dan Natterman. Dan Natterman does old school jokes. He's not like, hey, I'm into pop culture. I'm cool like Doug Benson. Or like the aggressive guy where they do bench presses on stage and talk about their milkshakes, their protein shakes, and I know the best gym. Now I sound like you doing me. They talk about the best gyms and best week ever. But this guy is very snarky, and they're like the hip kids. Like, who's an example of that? And I'm not saying anything bad about him. Like Greg Proops. They're like, yeah, he's. You know who Greg Proops is?
Yeah, my first comedy show I ever went to, he was on the bill.
He's like a guy who he just doesn't do anything about himself. Like, he's like Robin Williams. What are you, William Daniels on an acid flashback? It's just pop culture, and he's on Whose Line Is It Anyway? He's very quick. So I'm not saying anything bad about Greg Proops, but there seem to be the jocks and the hip nerd guys. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't stand that show Wood was doing on after midnight. Like, make fun of this washed up actor. Hey, I got 2 words for you: Botox. All right, I want to go on that tangent. But you said you like when I get annoyed at people, Jeff or Fred. You were saying?
Yeah, it's Fred. You don't know it your own self. Yeah, because sometimes I feel like I'm, being taken advantage of. Last time I took an Uber, the woman that was driving me said, "Oh, were you on Everybody Loves Him, No Raymond? And did you write the sign for?" I said, "Yeah, like just keep your eye on the road." So that's one of my new stories from one of my booklets.
Booklets.
One of my booklets.
One of my
That's gonna sound like I do have these booklets out about Norm, about young comedians, about Seinfeld. I got these booklets.
I got a nice set of booklets. Please support if you can support me, please.
I'm going to answer.
Please.
Scarlett's question for Jeff started doing stand up in San Diego with Darren Carter and Bobby Lee. That's where he started.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Started in where?
is that where you started?
No, I
Scarlett.
started in North Carolina.
I thought you were like from upstate California.
No, I was, but I started there. I was out
In
there
North
in college.
Carolina.
Chapel Hill. I went to school there, and yeah, I did some stand up there for about a year. You know, every week, once a week or something. Yeah, and then I moved to because I was gonna get a job as a teacher. Because anyway, it's a long story, but and then I remember I was at the comedy club, and the guy's like, "Well, just go to LA, and you can do commercials or something." I go, "That sounds like more fun." So,
Who were some local guys in the North Carolina area that you started with?
Eddie Murphy and Jim Carrey.
No.
no, just Eddie Murphy.
No.
No. Retta, do you remember Retta?
Red Eye?
Retta?
Oh, is she a black lady?
Is she a black lady? Fucking on top of a mountain or something? Did you hear that?
What?
Is she like a black lady?
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, well, now you gotta fucking figure it out.
No, meaning that's who she is. All right, I have a story in North Carolina. What I used to enjoy was when I used to work on the road, that when the three comics hung out, like people, I used to think they'd go, "Where are these guys friends with?" There was a black woman in North Carolina. She was bald, and her name was just June. So I used to think it like people asking, "Why is this middle-aged, skinny, bald black woman and this skinny young comedian?" Well, not this weird. They didn't know it was a comedian. So I used to like watch it from an out-of-body experience, thinking like one time I worked in Buffalo with this Max Alexander, this obese guy, and this older guy, Uncle Dirty, was probably 50 or 60, no, at the time. And so I used to enjoy that it didn't add up. Why are these guys hanging out at the mall together?
Those names.
What?
No, what was that other guy's name?
Uncle Dirty?
Uncle Dirty.
You know, I remember there was a guy, I think he died. I forgot his name.
Wow.
We were working together in Reno, and he was really bitter that I was headlining and he's stronger than me. And he goes, "No one takes me seriously. They just think of me as a dirty act. Why don't people take me seriously?" And he had cards made up, and his name was Mr. Rude. So he was so upset no one took him seriously. Billy Elmer was his name.
That is too funny.
And no one's taking him seriously, and his name was Mr. Rude.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop laughing about the bald woman. Yeah, her name was just June. Oh, I couldn't follow her because she'd come out and she'd put on a wig and she'd dance like Tina Turner. "You better be good to me," and they're all clapping. Oh, I always when I headlined, they'd switch me with the middle because I'd come out. I had a credit for being on Letterman, but that was 6 minutes, and then there was another guy named Fred. I forgot his name. Thank you, Roy Cohn. Okay, all right. So he did a super chat, so he gets priority after I finish the song. But the story. But oh yeah, this guy named Fred Little, he'd come out doing, like, "This is every guy at the disco, the nerd," and be dancing, "This is my prerogative." He'd be playing it. "Everyone, my prerogative." Then you have the stud at my prerogative, and I couldn't follow that. So we got a super chat for $1.99.
Nice.
Roy Cohn wants to know, Jeff, any good Brody stories?
Well, one time
this is pretty good. I used to play catch with them. I used to go out and play catch with them.
That's right. You're both baseball guys.
Yeah, both played baseball, but, you know. And one time we were out there in Balboa, and we were throwing the ball around, and it sailed loose, and then we went running up to the ball, and then there's this guy in the mud, you know, in the part of the field, and he's it's Jose Canseco. He's got no shirt on. He's on a
Get
bike.
out of here.
He's on a motorcycle. He's trying to start his motorcycle. So we walked over to Jose Canseco, and we just looked up, talked to him a little bit, and then took a picture with him, and then he took off with his motorcycle.
I remember before he took his life very sadly, there was a thing, not Vine, there was another thing I would watch his streams, not streams like this, where he would just walk and talk. Like he goes, yeah, I got to get the steps in. And he's giving himself pep talks. And he goes, I got to do the work, do the work. He goes, why is Theo Vaughn taking off and I'm not? I got to, when you compare your despair, I got to stop. So he would do like these little pep talks. But I mean, yeah, so original. But I remember Periscope. Yeah, Periscope.
Oops. Are you?
Jeff Crone, did you ever see Brody Stevens' Periscope? So Brody Stevens, sadly, he had a bad bipolar and took his life, but he was very original. So that was worth $1.99, Roy. That story there. They ran into Jose Canseco, but I met him a few times. He was very nice. Brody Stevens. My sound is whack. Is my sound okay?
You're back to normal.
Okay.
It was goofy, but it's now not. It was.
Right.
It was basically just the reception was starting to.
Well, maybe I could let you go in a little bit, in a few minutes. Yes, he would do these. It was sad. He would do these pep talks, and you didn't know if he was kidding, but he was trying so hard. It was an app called Periscope. I guess it's like Instagram where you talk and walk and people follow it. And it's he was going, I got to get the steps in. I got to, drink milkshakes, do the pot working. Oh, but why is I making it in this? So is struggling with himself.
Yeah.
Howard Kramer. Yeah, Howard Kramer. He was a guy from Texas who was on some MTV show at Austin, Texas. So yeah, that's when people like Madylin Sweeten tell me like her brother killed himself, it's always sad they're not on the planet, but the sadder part is they were suffering, because I kind of have gone to bad places. But just waiting for new medicine to kick in. Enjoy it. 818 until I die. Yes. Yeah. I'll try to find some links for you, Cody. This guy, Brody Stevens, was giving himself pep talks. He goes, yeah, I should like myself more. I was in The Hangover. And if he was kidding, I got my smoothie. I'm walking. I got steps. I'm having interactions. It sounds like me. I'm having interactions. So it kind of was almost like my character in a way, where I go, yeah, I'm here to meet. I'm having.
It's almost like a thrill seeker.
Yes.
It's like it's like somebody who's like, I walk the stairs, I'm doing crazy.
I gotta find some.
I'm fitting in. I'm doing this.
Yes, I'm fitting in. Look
I'm
at
wild,
me.
and
Which sadly is when someone talks like that, they're on the verge of
breakdown?
severe depression or a breakdown. But I think it was half shtick, but half like I'm doing the things. I made 3 calls today. I went through my Rolodex. I'm figuring out who to call.
Right.
Yes, Scarlett, because of the super chat, and you're the most loyal person, we're gonna get a great birthday for you, where we'll have Wood, all the regulars, semi-regulars saying happy birthday,
Yes.
popping in. We'll have confetti, well, pizza,
Oh,
and
maybe we should order pizza.
we'll have pizza for her
We
birthday.
can't, we can't share it, but we can eat it ourselves.
Yes. But this guy Brody he was almost like, he would just do things. Yeah, I'm not being negative. I did my steps. I'm interacting, where it was sort of like my character, but he was sort of serious in that he was
Right.
fighting. I heard he got off some medication, and the other one was taking too long to kick in. I mean, I have depression, but he had. There's 2 different bipolars. He had one that's another friend has not as bad bipolar, but there's one where he really fell. But it was kind of like my character, where almost like Andy Kaufman, where he knows he's putting on an act, like he was good friends with what's his name from The Hangover. Can't remember names. And he put him in The Hangover. Hey, don't talk to me like The Hangover. Do you realize and I would do the part. I nailed it when I did it. So I think he was sort of putting it on. But just again, I feel so bad he suffered like he did. And just to get serious for a second, a friend of mine who has twins, one of them, they didn't take their lives, and I think they got help, but schizophrenia. Zach Galifianakis was Brody's good friend. And then I think I'm going to find something to send you on YouTube. Did a show about his breakdown where he couldn't get out of bed. And so
really?
Yeah.
Was it
So
like
I guess Jeff Richards had a connection with him. I guess they're both baseball fanatics. And Brody was a big baseball guy.
His name is Brody?
Brody Stevens. I'll find some show he did where after he was in the hospital, they did like a kind of a weird reality show where Zach Galifianakis was trying to help him, and oh, it's okay. I'm okay, and I will never not take medicine. That's when I crashed. Like, my God. So that's when, and it's like, when I do have it, I look at it like I pulled a muscle. Like, now I know when I have it, it's like throwing a muscle out. Like, you have it heal right away. It's got to heal. Sometimes I throw out my brain, but it's been a year. Last November was rough with new president, woman stuff, Andy Paley dying, crime. Yeah, that's what I'll find for Cody. Geez, Jeff, you're generous. Jeff is too generous, and I'm glad we got to meet him in Maumee, Ohio. And like Cody, he's 6'4", but look who just jumped on the table.
I definitely drew Jeff too small. I drew him like he was Barney Rubble. Which,
by the way, I'm listening to an audiobook. Who we're going to have so I get more familiar with Don Knotts, is Karen Knotts, Don Knotts' daughter, wrote a book about her dad. So I just started listening to it. I want to listen to the whole thing to, be better prepared. But
Yeah.
just the story of Don Knotts is pretty fascinating.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How he
Don Knotts.
started. Oh, it's called Enjoy It. Okay. It was okay. I will find it. I'll send you the link. Well, are you hungry? Luna, you want to come on the lap?
Mhm.
But so all right. So we're moving along little by little. So you finished with the one about Mary Willard?
Yeah. Basically, and I plan on like working a little bit on these throughout the week too. It'll be fun.
Even when you're not doing this, hopefully.
Yeah. That way, when we show up, we kind of have like a nice.
Well, that's very nice of you. And if I could help anyone,
What's that?
Blighted Grounds Go, that's a good way to look at it. It hit me really hard at times. Wait, come on, Luna. Oh, God. But I'm getting out of it. All right. Love you. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, that's a thing. Like, when I had a really bad one a few years ago when I mistakenly got off antidepressants and crashed, like, oh my God. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and they say the same things, which is true. Like, you got to tell yourself this will pass. It doesn't feel like it'll pass. And,
Right.
and like I said, I treat it like when you throw your back out or elbow out, it takes a while to heal. And sometimes if you stop taking meds or something brought it on, you throw your brain out, and I'm more prone to it. So just know it's, I went through a thing where before we started doing the streams with Cody, I was going through a rough time, and it helped that we were doing Zooms where you were working on the story. So just know that also I'm telling cliches, but if it helps anyone, that's good. That depression is your mind tricking you. It's like saying it's always been crap. It's going to get more crap. It's going to get worse. Who you fooling? So there's something about it fools you. It fools you to a bad reality. But I don't want to judge anyone. That's why the good thing is if you've had a severe depression, I'm going on my little rant now, you learn not to judge anyone. Like you go, hey, this NBA player, if he just stayed off drugs, he'd lose his contract. Well, just don't do it. Or why did this celebrity take his life, or that one? Like it's easy to say, hey, you have like a friend of mine, I won't mention his name, would say about Brody Stevens. Why did Brody kill himself? He was best friends with Zach Galifianakis. Couldn't Zach help him or put him in a rehab or hang out with him? But it is. I learned not to judge rationality, because when like that guy, I never watched Ellen's show, but that guy, that black guy who took his life, who had a great family, and he was this DJ or something. Why would he do it? But you really don't know someone's trauma. He, may have seen, I'm just talking nonsense. His father, when he was a kid, pulled out of a car and beaten up because he was black by, I don't, of course, I'm just saying trauma, and it's not as simple as, hey, just get over it. Or that's why when I've had my depressions, I knew talking wouldn't do it. The chemicals had to kick in, or time. They even say a lot of depression will get fixed automatically, even without medicine. They cut. My friend who's helped me with this calls it the brain. Like, and I know, I got the brain. My friend Wendy, I didn't have to mention her name, but you know who she is. she phrases it really good when she goes, "I got hijacked." Like meaning her mind isn't right. So it's a positive thing to know right now I'm not right. That's when there's hope. When you go, my mind's not right now. So, and here we got back to now going to be on Red Bard. He's going to go, this guy's very thoughtful. I like, he's going to, if you have a depression, don't go to a doctor, listen to Fred Stoller. That's what he's going to do. That's I'm not big enough to be on Red Bar or Red Bone, but that's what he would do. He shows a clip, go, this guy, if I have a sadness, who do you call? The depressed guy his whole life. That's who you listen to. I mean, that's what he does. He just watches a little of something and pauses and go, this guy. Yeah. So I'm glad. Depression knows no race, age, gender. Yeah. Or social status or or fame or anything. So, again, I know it's very easy to go, hey, just snap out of it. Or when I have my stuff, people, that's another thing where I'm going on a tangent, but if it helped Cody draw a little bit more, I'll sum it up. We get a little bit further, closer, little by little. That's, people, I'm fresher, I'm lonely. It's for when I get it, I cannot,
I think your audio is, your audio is bad. Oh, wait, now
next
you're
time
back.
I won't.
Are you back?
Just reconnecting. Okay, choppy audio. Am I back?
Okay, yeah. Can you say everything?
Hello.
Yeah. There we go. We can
Is
hear
it
you now.
back?
You're back. You're back. Yeah, it got really choppy. It was like the reception kind of.
Well, I'm not wearing a hat in the picture. He's referencing that's my hair. When I say it's like a ticking time bomb in my head. James says depression is like a slide you don't want to get on. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, what you're going, and also with Scarlett, you don't have depression if time. Yeah. Well, that's a tricky thing. If you, okay, I'm going to say something serious. And when you have depression, sometimes you think it's not working. Then you go, hey, this is normal to be sad about stuff. But when you go through a thing where you can't leave the bed all right, we got too serious, Fred. Fred, we're going to stop talking about depression. Right?
It's not Fred, it's Polly.
Paulie.
Polly
Sure. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, buddy, can you help me out? I'm trying to get my car out of my parking spot, but I don't know which way where the steering wheel is. I keep moving it. Can you show me how to do
it? All right. He just came in for 1 minute, Paulie.
But
what I'm saying is, what works for some people, and then So, all right. I didn't mean to bring you down, but maybe if this helped anyone. Oh yeah, I'm still going through puberty. I realized the rest of development for the rest of my life, where I'm just. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Well, again, unless you've ever suffered. Well, so did you guys who were here? Did you like listening to Madylin Sweeten talk about being the child actress on Ramond? Did anyone like that?
I love it.
Okay.
That was great. And I was gonna tell you, but I thought maybe you probably already knew that, but when I saw that she was the child of, she played as the child of Harvey Picar in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe this. Like, it's such a weird thing. Like,
Yeah.
because we love that movie, and so
Yeah.
it's like funny to have like somebody that played in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
No,
actually kind of like amazed. Like, I was like, what? Like, that's so crazy.
yeah. But the mind is
Faith.
a M or effer, the mind really tricks you. But that's sad that the brother did that. But man, yeah, that's there was a guy, David Foster Wallace. I'm not smart enough to read his books, but I read about him, and he described depression where when it's bad, you can't do anything because you're paralyzed, but you can't do nothing because if you sit there, your mind. So you slowly just try to walk around the block, even if you can. So it's all good. I mean, when I go through stuff, I say, don't put the pressure on it. Just if I could just do one chore. Ask Paulie what Stephen Baldwin was like to work with on Biodome. Supposedly, there was one good Paulie show in the Army now. But then there was that one with Sean Astin, Encino Man. But I was really too old to like those. But hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I love how like Cody loves some of these characters, even if he doesn't know who they are. Hey, buddy. Buddy.
That could be a good voice for your character.
Hey, buddy. But
I'm gonna use
hey, buddy. Well, Cody,
yes.
no, I appreciate, you worked so that's great. Always let me know a little in advance when you could do one, because then I could get someone like Madylin. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for the $1.99.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes. Any questions before I let Cody go? What's good about this is it just keeps me going. Like if I was hungry, I'm hungry. What do I do? But I could put it aside. What do I do? Any other questions? Baby steps. What about Bob? What is that? Is that what about? Oh, I met Richard Dreyfuss once, and he hated Bill Murray. But then my friend Greg directed a movie with Richard Dreyfuss and said he was impossible. He was the worst. So I could see Bill Murray already as a bully. So the two of them. How long puberty last? Well, I'm in my 60s, so pretty long. Parts of puberty right before third grade, and the mental parts right before fifth grade. In the 11th, I think you're fine, Scarlett. It's normal what you got. And again, I'm not the expert. Here's Red Bar. This Fred guy, he's a doctor now. Oh, yeah. I'll find you some good clips. Like, yeah, we do Jamie stuff. Actually, Jeff, for a few years, was living in this house Jamie owned and renting a room. So Jeff Jamie would, wake up, buddy. We need the cameras here. This is Jamie who owns a Laugh Factory. So he would get really cheap rent because Jamie owned a little building next to the Laugh Factory and rented rooms to comics. But he would bang on his door. You come out, do Trump. We need impressions. Do Trump. Get up. Yeah, he worked. Both of them were very difficult, but actually, Dreyfuss was worse than Chevy Chase, and Chevy Chase is very difficult. Maybe the movie's not as good as it could have been because I don't think they even tried to memorize lines. So they were just very difficult. Come on, buddy, get up. That Jamie, who owned the Laugh Factory, talks like that. He was the one I was talking. He says things like, "I heard it, word of mouse." What
Or
do
word
you
of mouth.
instead of word of mouth? He thought it was
Yeah,
called
that's a
word of
funny.
mouse. And he goes, "You put me between a rock and a fireplace." He's
It's like the Balky thing.
yes.
Like I can't remember much lines, but yeah, it's like Balky would do things like that.
I don't know. Bye bye birdie. Oh, you would love that. So like a musical.
Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen that one, but I want to see it. I need to get it out. I think you have to pay for it on the streaming thing, but there was one time it was on DVD and I walked past it and I was like, it's probably only like $5. I think I'd like it.
Now, James, could you translate this question? How do the elliptical narratives and unresolved emotional geometrics of late period avant-garde French cinema challenge our assumptions about authorships? I don't understand.
Wow.
You broke it. No, I used to have also that sound like Jamie. I used to have this landlord where like the toilet's broken. You broke it. I never broke toilets or one time my back door was open. You broke it. Anything, he wouldn't fix it. You broke it.
No.
Or like
fixing
one
for you.
time, and he lived next to me, which sucked. So one time the back door was locked. The door was broken. Someone could get in. He goes, "I hear you up all night. You're not gonna lose sleep. You up all night. You're not gonna lose sleep." This idiot landlord.
Wow.
You broke it. That's what he would always say.
This
when
guy
something-
was serious.
yeah,
He was
bad landlord.
the landlord of all landlords.
What did Arnold Palmer say when he missed the putt? Yes, our minds do trick us. You know, okay, someone I know, she had stuff where she tried to take her life. She's doing great now. And she said when she did what she did, she said the demons were laughing, like they were trying to get her to do it, the demons in her head. So yes, our mind tricks us. That's part of the disease, as they say. Yes, great point, Scarlett. In Fred and Vinny, that was straight from reality. The landlord said, "Where's the rent? I need it. I need it." So yeah, he really said that. I need. It's just so stupid. Like a landlord is trying to get the rent because he needs it. So Cody, you look all dressed up from work. A white shirt, a button shirt.
I put it on for the show.
Ooh.
We have a uniform, you know. It's just like a T-shirt with the like some of the logo stuff, and then a name tag.
Well, with this, I'm going to take note and send pictures. I'm going to go to post office more. So
There's a.
look at her. Show me
Sweet.
that again. Oh, she looks well, same, except she's.
Isn't that crazy? Thanks for Jeff sending this.
Oh, picture.
Very nice.
But Delta Burke in a show called Designing Women. That was it was a hit, but it wasn't like one of those shows that are, you know, like All in the Family that are around forever.
You know what's funny is I was thinking like of shows, and it's funny you guys are talking about like just like I kind of like you like just loving sitcoms, and then having like this thing like you wanted to like be on one or like be part of it. And I feel like that's kind of like I think that's what like I'm an art. I mean, I'm doing art, but it's funny because I have that like thing where it's like, yeah, I think having like a sitcom would be cool. I don't even know if I care if people think. I almost even if it's like weird or silly and bizarre, it's like that. It still is exciting to think about like doing that.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Well, like I said, if I was a teenager,
Yeah.
depressed, what I'm going to do in my life, if someone said, you're going to pop on some really big sitcoms and some memorable roles, I went,
Right.
oh my God. But when you get to that state, like I was talking with Madylin, it's about, will they bring me back? I have to go back to auditioning. Auditioning is so soul killing that it's
Right.
like you want to be a regular, not only because to be a regular is the lottery, but also to insulate yourself from the uncertainty of beating yourself up, judging yourself, auditioning, being in a cattle call audition with so many people and feeling degraded. So it's a little, if you had a regular job,
Right.
or when you're even asked back for a recurring, you're a little insulated from that world. So like I said, I think I was not as appreciative of the parts I did because did I do good? Did they ask
Right.
me back? Look, even Madylin said she had that with the Ramond reunion show. Like, wants reassurance, you were good, and so it's that kind of uncertain, insecure, neurotic life of did I do good? Will I be brought back? But like I said, in perspective, now that I'm older and sort of out of it because I'm older, not in the trenches like I used to. Now I go, oh yeah, that's cool. I did that,
Yeah. Yeah. And also another thing you mentioned, which was cool, like I was thinking about that. It was mentioned a few times. Even I think she said it, you said it, some other people said it. Some shows are like comfort food.
Yeah.
Or not food, but like a comfort place or whatever it is. And that there is something to like certain sitcoms that can get you in that
Yeah.
I mean, if they're done well, or like if they're in a certain.
No one's going to rewatch Barry or even Severance as comfort food. Barry, where he's actor and a hitman. Let's rewatch that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm excited when we have Don Knotts' daughter. What it was like growing up with Don Knotts as your father.
That's amazing. That'd be cool.
Wow. I think I want to do something media related. I think I want to try to work in radio or news broadcast. Yeah.
That's cool.
Go where with what you love. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just musing about my kid and stuff like yeah. It's just a lot of insecurity. And look at Madylin even going, oh, I hope they keep doing Everybody Loves Raymond for the residuals. So it's unless you hit the big home run like Brad Garrett, you're always going, oh, what's next?
Right.
But this was great. Thank you, Mike. I'll make it up for you. The people who did super chats.
Yeah. Hey Fred, you
send some photos out to the ones who I appreciated. With or wrap it up. Any last statements, Cody?
No, I think it's. I'm excited about this coming along. I feel like I get the feel for what it needs to be, and I believe in the story, and I love today's guest. I really appreciate the
And yeah, Jeff was funny with
Yes,
you
Jeff.
know,
Thank you for that was. I'm glad he came by, and
hey
that was,
buddy.
yeah, he's
He does
good to
Pauly Shaw talking to Harlan Williams. Woo boy.
see. Yes, never a dull moment on
No.
the show.
Well, I like this was fun, so I guess I'm gonna figure out dinner. Again, thank you all. We're taking a break from Substack. I want to finish telling the story, and little by little. So Cody,
Yep.
you know, you just keep me posted. And oh, I'm gonna maybe reach out to Mike Sarah. So maybe once in a while I'll do one without Cody, just so we have one day of the week where I'm doing it this time regardless. It would be good, but we'll see. And I like when Jeff Richards does Dave Sarah. Get it together, guys. When he does, that's who he does when he starts cursing us,
Right.
guys. Yeah, I'll try to figure out more frequent. So
No, that's good. Yeah, and I have this week I have more like open, and then the other next week seems pretty even now. We're back to steady. So yeah, just let me know, and I can let you know. And
okay.
looking forward to it.
All right. Well, you have a great night. Thank you to everyone, and we'll do this soon. Thank you, Cody, and everyone.
Thank you, Fred. It's
I'll
a
see you
pleasure.
soon. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.